Coming to you live from the Bayou, this is Optimal Play. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Ben.
And we are continuing our return to Night of the Zealot, Arkham Horror the card game campaign, with a side mission this time, side scenario.
That's right. After last time, you started telling me about some of the side scenario options, and they all sound really, really cool. But I went with Werewolves in the Bayou, because Werewolves in the Bayou sound amazing. And it sounds like a nice vacation from, this... I'm really depressed. My house is not going so hot. I'm sad. So
That's true. It's a little break from the situation in Arkham. I'm sure it's better here.
It's gotta be.
Yeah.
It's gotta be.
And yeah, I had been... I had been toying around with other ideas to suggest there is, I don't know if you even know this, but during COVID, Fantasy Flight put out some print and play scenarios. And they use mostly existing cards. You just have to print like 10 more cards to play them. But some of them are investigator specific, and they're like Roland has one. So that was one that I was tempted to suggest, but the reason that I was happy going with Curse of the Rougarou is that I saw the movie Sinners on Friday. Have you seen it?
I have not.
It is incredible. Highly recommend it. I think this video is probably coming out. We're recording this days after the movie came out. This video might be going up a month from now.
Yeah.
But it is a horror that I loved that is set in the Deep South in 1932. So not that far from where we are in this scenario.
You had a good primer coming into this.
Exactly.
So, all right.
Exactly. It really put me in the mood.
I expect impressions, and this is going to happen. So I figure it would be very lawyerly of you.
I
don't know how.
Sure.
I want the impressions. I want the impressions. You got the primer.
I'm not much of an accent person. I gotta be honest. Yeah.
We'll get
it. Also this, if you've seen commercials or trailers for Sinners, you probably know what it's about. I won't even spoil like what what's going on in that movie other than to tell you, go see it. But it is not what is going on in this scenario, which is essentially a werewolf story.
Okay.
That's what the Rougarou is I was going to say it is a myth in the Bayou that existed before Arkham Horror made a scenario out of it.
I love that.
It's based on some existing mythology. That I am being awkward because I'm really realize my shoes are on and I have a foot pedal under the table that I'm going to use. It's fine. All right, there we go. See, now I can do this. No hands.
That's really cool. I love it when modern artists take different interpretations of fantasy stories.
Right.
And I feel like that's done a lot in pop culture and TV with Fringe or different television shows and as well in media or in books. So it's cool. I'm excited to see how this goes.
Well, let's dive into it.
Let's go.
Here is the pretty brief little introduction. Terror grips New Orleans. Minnie Klein, your contact at the Arkham Advertiser, had slipped you a draft of the article over a cup of coffee at Velma's Diner. It would have gone to print had Doyle Jeffries, the lead editor, not scoffed at the concept. I believe his exact words were, "I ain't printing the ravings of some voodoo lunatic and passing it off as news," she explained. From the sly grin spreading across her face, you could tell she smelled a story. The headline was sensationalist. 3 killings in 9 days was enough to spook a town, sure. But you doubt all of New Orleans is gripped by terror, or even knows about the killings. Still, something piqued your interest. Lady Esprit, and that's in quotes, Lady Esprit, the voodoo priestess from the article, claimed that a malign curse had taken root in the bayou. There's something to this, isn't there? I know that look, Minnie said. You weren't sure. If Lady Esprit was right, this Rougarou, it spells it out weird so that you, because it's an unfamiliar word in this instance, this Rougarou wouldn't stop killing at 3, that's for sure. But curses, wolf people, how could such things be real? Only one way to find out. You put on your coat and head for the North Side Station.
This wasn't the vacation I wanted at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's compared to what we've been going through in Arkham, it's still, we're basically just going down there because we're interested, right? We are kind of tourists in this story.
That's true.
It doesn't really seem...
We can just leave. We could just, whenever it gets bad, we can just turn around and leave if we really want.
I mean, generally in Arkham you can, right? Resigning is a thing. Yeah, that is funny that it doesn't actually... There's nothing here that, someone needs our help. It's just oh, that's interesting, I'll go.
Yeah, let's go find out.
This is the story here. Yep. Well, that is the intro. We have already set up our initial tableau of locations. We are going to start here at the Cursed Shores. what is on the table, and I set this up before you got here, Ben. These New Orleans traded locations are one of 4 groups of 3 locations, and one is chosen at random to start the game on the table. The rest we may or may not encounter as we go.
Okay, cool.
So that's why it's so small. There might be more to find.
All right.
Let's see. We start at the Cursed Shores. Really quick before we read the act and agenda, did you upgrade your deck?
I did, yeah. So after the last mission, we both ended up with 4 experience after paying for this mission again. So
This one cost us 1.
This one cost us some experience. So I went in more and decided, you know what? We got her locked and loaded. We got a new gun. Let's get ourselves a new gun. And that seems like a perfect way to spend some experience points. So I got another copy of that Remington Model 58 Special. And
no one's gonna know what you're talking about if you don't have the model number right. So pressure's on.
I know.
There's only one Remington card, so I think you're right.
Remington Model 1858. So
there's nothing special about it.
It is very special to me. So in my heart. So it's we'll go over. It's a 2-cost asset. Has 2 fight icons, 2 evade icons. Item, weapon, firearm. Uses 3 ammo. As an action, spend 1 ammo. Fight, you get +2 fight for the might for this attack. This attack deals +1 damage. And when it enters or leaves play, immediately trigger the above action ability, ignoring all costs. Nice. So this combined with the locked and loaded, this effectively gives me like 6 shots out of the same weapon for 2 costs. And
just a gun costing 2 ammo or 2 resources is very cheap. Yeah. So a gun that powerful with 6 shots, it's a bargain.
Seems good. And it's a lot better than the machete that I replaced it with. So we don't bring knives to a gunfight here.
Agreed. I brought fists to this gunfight, though.
Right.
Because one of the changes that I made was to take a copy of Take Heart out of my deck. That was the skill that pays off if I throw it into a test that ends up failing. I decided I'm just going to pass from now on. That's the plan.
Well, how brave of you.
Exactly, yeah. So instead, Brute Force is a combat skill that if it is put into a basic attack action, that it gets several extra combat icons, so it buffs it up by a lot, and if I succeed by 2 or more, it does +2 damage. So with that skill card, I can just do with no weapon or anything, do a punch that could do 3 damage. So I'm hoping to be able to there's alligators in the bayou, that kind of thing. It's true.
Punch.
Werewolves are made up, I'm sure, but we might see alligators. So,
and when you find them, you're there ready to sucker punch them.
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly.
Or are you gonna go full Steve Irwin on us?
We'll find out.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Just wait.
And I did double up. I also got a second copy of kind of the highest level card I had been putting in my deck in Granny Orn, the upgraded Granny Orn. So she can help bump up failing test results and buffs 2 skills that I like.
So you're going for the volume play. So you've upgraded a lot more of the cards in your deck, whereas I'm just going for like these big, really swingy, like impactful.
Yeah, we've spent 11 experience each, I think, right? And so that is 2 level 4 guns and locked and loaded. I think that's what you've done.
That's exactly right.
Pretty straightforward. Yeah.
Yeah. We have one plan, and we're all in on our plan. So I really hope it works. Everything needs bullets eventually. I have them.
Everything does need bullets eventually.
Bullets solve a lot of problems.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Yep.
You know what else would solve a problem is if you like this video and subscribe to the channel. That would solve the problem of how do we grow? How do we get the YouTube algorithm to tell more people about us? That's how. We'd appreciate it. Thanks. Okay, that bookkeeping done. We have an agenda. Want to read us a Creature of the Bayou?
I do. Creature of the Bayou. After arriving in New Orleans the next day, you start your investigation by asking the locals what they know of the recent killings. As you suspected, most know very little of the incidents. You do manage to find several eyewitnesses who give similar descriptions of the creature. Its lithe, muscular form, lanky arms, and wolf-like visage. A promising start, but if there's any truth to the rumors about this curse, you'll have to talk to Lady Esprit herself. And we need a 5...
or that's 5 doom.
5 doom.
Advances
That's right.
the agenda.
I'll get the terms right one day.
Well, lucky for for us with the story that agenda laid out, the act is called Finding Lady Esprit. According to your contact, Lady Esprit is a voodoo priestess who lives deep within the bayou. Most tend to stay clear of her lonely shack. After all, the bayou can be a dangerous place, even if it were not for the recent rash of savage killings. The objective, so we need 1 clue times the number of players, so 2 clues. The objective says only investigators at a bayou location may spend the required number of clues as a group to advance. So,
Okay.
that is our goal: is to spend 2 whole clues here in the Cursed Shores. Seems easy enough.
Okay. We're looking for some mystic lady in the bayou. Love it.
Right. Let's get our opening hands and set aside weaknesses that we draw along the way.
Sure do.
I'm gonna get rid of a couple. Well, This is actually good. I've got to remember, I'm still not super used to playing George. I'm gonna draw my 5 cards and then choose several to put straight underneath him, and skill cards are great for that. So maybe I want to keep some skill cards that I would have otherwise
That's
mulliganed.
true. That's true.
All right.
I don't think I want to keep. I think I'd rather just try and get this card now. So I think I'm just going to try and get guns. I have another copy agreed. So I'm just going to draw 5 new
full
cards.
mulligan. Okay.
Yeah, full mulligan. Might be a. You know what? It's fine. Everything's fine.
No regrets?
No regrets.
All right.
Exactly what I wanted, as planned.
But yeah, I think when you have 2 level 4 cards that are the best cards in your deck, it makes sense to mulligan pretty hard looking for them.
Yeah.
I did not find my Granny Orn either, so.
The Eureka, in theory, I could have kept one of them just to give me another dig card, but we didn't do that. So we're just digging the hard way now.
Digging the hard way.
Yep.
Okay, I am going to toss 1 card underneath George. It's a deduction. Let me see. I'm going to run into hand size, as is my tradition, but I think it's fine. My first turn will probably be to play 3 of these assets, and then I'll be down to 1 card in hand, so that seems fine. Don't forget to start with 5 resources. I don't know about you, but I hadn't taken mine yet.
I also had not taken mine.
And then when you're ready, tell us about the Cursed Shores and flip it.
All right. The Cursed Shores. Black storm clouds loom above you, watching patiently as you trudge through the bayou. Their shapes twist and churn in the night sky, blotting out the stars. Location, New Orleans Bayou. Take action. Take 1 damage. You get +2 to your skill value for the next skill test you make this turn. Forced, when you leave Cursed Shores, choose and discard a skill card from your hand.
That's actually... I'm not mad at that. When I have to discard cards from my hand, I could draw a card and put it under me. That's... I think that we did the order right, where we, like, as far as technically we do our opening hands and then reveal our location, I think. Mm-hmm. But I probably would have mulliganed differently if I had known what this did. Would have kept a skill in hand for that purpose.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you don't have any skills in hand, there's no cost. It doesn't say like you must do that in order to leave.
Oh,
so
interesting.
So
okay.
Yeah, but take damage, you get +2 to your skill value for the next skill test you make this turn.
And as 1 shroud, but no clues. So we do have to leave.
We're gonna have to venture out into New Orleans.
Into the streets, yeah.
Okay, well, I think my turn is pretty clear. If you don't mind me going first.
Do you have an ally you want to play?
Not an ally, sadly.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
as you were.
I wish.
Yeah, no, go for it.
I am going to spend 2 to play Schaffner's Catalog. This is
good card.
That tome that gives us discounts on assets. But I'm going to use, I don't know how much.
Ancient tome.
I'm going to use at least 2 of these, but I might go ahead and use 3. How much would you like to take advantage of some of these? We're at the same location now. We might as well blow through this whole thing on our setup turn, I figure.
I truly have nothing to play.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, then I will spend all 3 from the catalog, 3 of the 5 to play Anchor Chain. This is the asset that I could discard it from my hand to do its ability once, but I went ahead and put it in play where I can exhaust it to get +1 on an evasion attempt. And I can discard cards to prevent that enemy from readying on the next enemy phase. So Seems solid. And then it's not an item, so I cannot use my catalog. I'm just going to spend 2 resources to play Bound for the Horizon. This is the talent that I can take because I'm a drifter that says, during my turn, discard 1 card from my hand and exhaust it to move to a connecting location as a fast ability. So I could do that now.
Oh.
Do I want to charge out into the unknown? I don't know. What's your turn look like? Are you going to also leave?
I'm definitely going to leave because I have very little I can do right now.
Okay. So, yeah, I think I will go ahead and do this then. These locations are identical on their backside. They say, it is late, but the city's nightlife is in full swing. Jazz clubs and speakeasies rule the night, but your interest lies elsewhere. And these, based on their, so this has a bunch of other symbols on the bottom, but these are connected to the cursed shores and to each other. So this is just like a triangle. So yeah, I will head up here and find, let's see. I'm doing that with Bound for the Horizon, exhausting it, discarding a card from my hand, but George's ability lets me tuck it under him and draw a card to replace it. Thankfully, it's not a skill. I did not want it to be a skill, because if it was, I would have to discard it to the cursed shores. Okay, so New Orleans, I found the Garden District.
No.
No clues here either.
Okay.
A trail of blood and mangled flesh led you here. You suspect this is no ordinary garden. And as an action here, you can test Agility 7 to try to break into a nearby greenhouse and take a look around. If you succeed, remember that the investigators have found a strange doll.
All right. Evasion 7. Wow.
I haven't played this scenario for several years, but I remember the gist of why that may or may not be a thing we want to do, but I won't spoil it for you for now. That ends my turn.
Creepy. Okay. Well, I don't have very good evasion, so I don't think I'm going to be doing much finding your doll over there. Sadly, I also don't have a lot of cards that I can particularly play. I can play Lita Chandler.
Ooh.
Our zealot friend. So
Yep.
she is she helped me burn down my house, so I have good memories with her. Ally, while you control Lita Chandler, she gains each investigator at your location, gains +1 might, and as a reaction, when an investigator at your location successfully defeats a monster enemy, that investigator deals +1 damage.
Right.
So hopefully, well, maybe we'll see what monsters are in the swamps.
Probably none.
Probably none. Just gators, like you said.
Yeah.
Just gators.
Just gators.
My second action is going to be to go to the other New Orleans location, which had the same front side as you. But this is Broadmoor. This is a location with 3 shroud. We do get 1 clue per person. People are just now beginning to settle what began as an untamed marsh. Truth is, some evils run too deep to exercise that easily. So we've found an old marsh, or I guess residential area that is built on a marsh, and we have an action to resign. We can't catch the beast. You make your way to safety, letting the beast roam free.
So what we were saying before wasn't wrong. Like, this is our little vacation. We can leave anytime we want.
We can just leave. Yeah, we found the nice neighborhood. You know, we could just call it here and just have a nice vacation.
Right. Honestly, it might be the best play right now. But
it might be.
Would it be the fun play? No. Oh, there's a victory point on here too.
And a victory point, yeah. But there's these really cool clues, which I only have 1 action left, and I can get those clues really easily next turn. So I think I'm not going to do that. Can I just draw a card?
You can draw a card as a basic action or gain a resource. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I really can't play these cards, so I think I'm just going to take an action to draw a card and hope I get something helpful.
Cool. Did you?
No.
Fair enough.
Did not. It's a duplicate of a card I already had, in fact.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to make a little more room for this board to grow, not to spoil anything.
I just made room for the next card on my deck that I draw.
There we go. Yeah, you made it 1 closer. Speaking of which, there's no enemy phase to speak of, since there are no enemies, so we go to upkeep, so you can draw another card now.
Yeah, see?
And gain a resource.
That's a good one.
And I actually kind of wish I had discarded hand size here to draw another card, but it's fine. I didn't. I actually have like a lot of firepower in my hand.
I also, when I left this location, I had to discard a
good catch.
A skill card. So I have to discard a daring, which is a bit of a bummer, but I have to do it.
Okay. All right. So new round, we are going to put Did we not get the Doom? We didn't get... the Doom is across the room, I think.
Is it right? Oh.
Nope. I'm
no.
going to hit the pause button and go get our Doom tokens. Be right
no.
back. We got the Doom. Also, another thing I forgot to say up front, but that we talked about before the game, is that the Night of the Zealot campaign has not yet put a tentacle token into our bag, but we wanted to be able to experience all of the like mechanics, so we're gonna add one for this scenario. Yeah. And also, I'm just checking this. We're playing on hard, so I guess we should play on that side.
We might have 2 tentacles in there. We might want to check that, actually.
I actually pulled it out.
Oh, you pulled it out?
I pulled it out so that I could make a big deal out of doing it on
Great.
camera. It's fine.
Okay,
It's
good.
fine. Yep.
Go back. I'm gonna be like looking at it like sideways, like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Maybe during some downtime I'll double check. But for now, we are putting that Doom on the agenda. That's 1 out of 5. And as our perma lead investigator, you are drawing the first encounter card.
All right. Swamp Leech creature. Spawn at any Bayou location. We only have 1. Swamp Leech cannot be evaded. It has 4 might, 1 health, no evasion. And forced, when Swamp Leech enters a non-Bayou location, discard it. So I guess if we move it, it can't survive outside of the water.
Yeah. So it's at the Cursed Shores, but if you move in, it will engage you. And if you, in one way you could deal with it is just to let it attack you once and walk out, and then it will get discarded, which doesn't actually seem that bad.
I see. Okay, yeah, and it only does 1 damage, so
Yep.
it's not that bad.
Yep. And Dragged Under. A Revelation test agility 3. If you fail, add Dragged Under to your threat area. And then forced, when you leave your... like, if this is in my threat area, when I leave my current location, I would take 2 damage and discard it. Or at the end of my turn, I can test 3 agility to try to discard it. Agility is 3. I don't have any icons. You're not at my location. All I can really do is take this test as is, so... Here we go.
You got it.
-1. I don't got it.
Oh.
I had 3. That's 2. So this is just going to stay in my threat area for now.
You just gotta...
Brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be fine. It'll
be okay.
It'll probably be okay.
No monsters.
Right.
It's all normal. Everything is normal so far. This is just a normal
This
vacation.
is just a normal thing. Yeah, just getting dragged under in a garden district is completely normal.
Totally fine.
Completely normal occurrence.
Yeah. Everything's okay.
Okay, it's back to our turns.
Yep. I can get those clues.
Yeah, by all means.
Then I suppose we have to go in here. I can just eat. 1 damage isn't the worst for me. I have a pretty robust 9 hit points.
Yeah, and it wouldn't even hit you until... well, actually, it would hit you at the end of the round if you don't kill it. And it would hit you and go away if you leave.
Okay, so... all right, well, I can play some cards here, and we can... I think it'll be okay. I'll be all right. So the very first thing I will do is play Scene of the Crime for 2 resources. Play only as your first action. Just... were you thinking this would get both clues? Yep.
There has to be an enemy on you, to do that. Yeah.
That's fine. I discovered 1 clue at my location because there's not an enemy here. So I will discover a clue. And the Shroud here is 3. I don't have a lot of good thinking power. So we might have made a little bit of an oopsie. But that's okay. Because I'm going to play an Ancestral token for 3. And
ooh, love that.
After I defeat an enemy, exhaust Ancestral token, add a Blessed token to the Chaos bag equal to the enemy's printed health, max 5. Never forget those who came before. So this will help get us some Blessed tokens again.
Love it.
And the third action, so I'm kind of tempted. I could go down here, but I feel like I should try it and go for that. I just don't really have...
yeah, you can always, and you're looking for weapons, you can always just draw a card.
Just draw a card,
yeah.
You think? Okay.
Drawing last action is maybe never the best strategy in general, but, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
I suppose. It saves the damage. Are you going to end up coming over here, do you think?
I'm debating, but probably yes. I'm probably just going to take the 2 damage and walk away from Dragged Under. So I might just come grab that clue, assuming I can pass a test to get it.
Okay. All right.
Because I don't want to go down and have the Swamp Leech on me, I don't think. Especially after I've already taken 2 damage from this.
Okay. Then yeah, I will just draw a card.
Okay.
I'll hopefully deal with that Swamp Leech next turn.
It's not a monster, sadly.
It is not a monster.
Okay.
I still get the +1 might, at least.
That's true, yeah. Okay, I'm going to Oh yeah, I have. That's interesting that even I have +1 combat for all purposes if I'm at Lita's location, huh? Each investigator. I was thinking that you just get +1 when attacking monsters, but it's literally all the time.
For anything.
All right,
For a check.
That's nice. Yeah,
pretty good.
I wish it was agility right now to get out of this dragged under, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, I don't have any. Let's see. Let me draw a card. Just Bound for the Horizon is ready. Okay, I'm gonna do a couple. I'm gonna draw a card first action. All right. I don't think I need this card, so I am going to discard to Bound for the Horizon to move as a fast ability again. This it's a second copy of an unconventional method underneath George, drawing a card to replace it. It's another catalog. I have a lot of money to help us pay for the cards, the assets we don't have.
I have cards now. Oh, this I would have loved to have help with.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh, well.
Oh, well.
I have more cards to play next turn for what it's worth.
So that was a fast move. I've still only used one action, but I did leave my location, so I'm going to discard Dragged Under and take 2 damage. Ow. And then second action will investigate. I'll investigate.
Seems good.
Yeah. I'm at 4. Let's take a quick look at what this does. How much do I need to be up by? Okay. Skulls are -3, -6 instead if you're at a Bayou location, which we're not. So if I'm up by 3 right now, I feel pretty good. The cultist says -3 if the Rougarou is at your location, reveal another token.
Okay.
The tablet says reveal another token. If you fail until the end of the round, you cannot move. And the tentacle says -4 if the Rougarou is at your location or a connecting location, it attacks you.
Whoa.
So watch out for that stuff.
Those are
but
way
really,
more.
so the tentacle is -4. The other special tokens are -3. So I'd feel pretty good just being up by 3. So I will investigate. It's 4-3 right now. I will pitch this unconventional method from beneath me to go up to 6-3.
Okay.
And -2. Got the clue.
Great.
All right. Well, I don't really want to walk into the Cursed Shores and get leeched in the enemy phase, so I probably should just stay here. This is... Sure, why not? I'm going to spend the last 2 coupons from Schaffner's catalog to play a Schaffner's catalog.
Ooh, with a value.
With a fresh 5 coupons on it. And that's my third action, so that's our turn. I think nothing happens in the enemy phase, so we can go to upkeep.
All right. Draw a card and gain a resource.
And 2 Doom on the agenda, and you can go ahead and draw when you're ready.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have to discard 2 hand size, because my hand size is 2.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to discard a Grim Resolve, put it underneath George, draw a card, replace it. Ooh, I found my gun.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I also have my gun, so we're
nice.
ready.
Okay,
We're ready.
that's better.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I have a gun. It's good. It's good.
Okay. Seems good.
Yeah.
Go ahead and draw.
We're doing the things that we like to do.
Yeah.
I also found a Spectral Mist. Love the art on that. Hazard. Revelation. Attached to a Bayou location. Limit 1 per location. Each skill test performed at attached location gets +1 difficulty. And as an action, we can test 2 books to disrupt the source of mist. If you succeed, discard Spectral Mist. So we can test our lore a little bit at the Cursed Shores.
To get rid of it.
Get rid of it.
Okay. That seems fine.
Yeah, that seems okay.
I drew Ripples on the Surface. The dangers deep within the mire you can only begin to imagine. So, being dragged under is haunting me a little bit, I guess. Test Willpower 3. For each point you fail by, take a horror. And if you're at a Bayou location, you cannot commit cards to this skill test. I am at a Bayou location, but I don't have a lot of willpower icons I could commit anyway.
You're not at a Bayou location.
Did I say I am?
You did.
I meant the opposite of that.
Okay.
I am not, which is the good thing.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So I could commit cards. The only one is Grim Resolve, which would let me swap around cards beneath me. I don't feel strongly about that being interesting to me. So do I want to burn the Grim Resolve just for 1 willpower here? Probably not. I think I'm just going to take this naked. I'm down by 1 going into it. Unless if you have any cards you don't need, I would accept the help. But
yeah, here you go. I don't think I need that.
Oh, motivational speech. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's okay. That's a willpower. So that may save me a horror
Yep.
as long as I don't fail too miserably. Okay, -1. So I failed. You bumped me up to 3. I failed by 1. So basically, you saved me a horror with that. I think that's a decent use of that card at this point.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay, our turns.
Wonderful. Does the mist increase the combat difficulty as well?
It does.
Oh.
Yeah, annoyingly.
Okay. Well, it's good to know.
But here's what we. Well, it would gnaw on me. I was gonna say I could go in. The leech would engage me, but I could try to clear the mist, and then you could come in and shoot the swamp leech, right?
I don't think that's going to necessarily hurt me too much.
Okay. Like I'll plan to clear the spectral mist this turn, but yeah, if you want to go first and deal with the leech, I would.
Yeah.
Rather you take damage than me.
Yeah.
You have a 9 and 8 lead plus 3 more on Lita.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Okay, cool. So I will, as my first action, can I get some dollars for this, my 38 special?
Yeah, or here, we'll use the backside of these clues.
No, I meant.
You were asking. I thought you were just asking for the tokens. From
No, I need.
You need.
Your
Yeah. I have.
Points.
I don't. I'll pay for it entirely.
Oh,
There
you're
go.
so kind.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
Anytime.
And I also appreciate the ammo tokens as well. And then my second action will be to go to the shores, and this comes to me, right?
Yes, the leech will engage you.
Okay. Okay. So it's going to engage me, and then my third action will be to attack the leech with my 38 special. Sadly, there are no clues at the cursed shores, so it's just going to be a +1 might. Lita gives me an additional +1 might, and then I have a base of +4, so I'm at a 6.
6 to its 5 because of the mist.
5 because of the mist. Yes. So I am only +1 on it, and I don't have any way to make that better for me.
How much does your Oh wait, do you have a Remington in hand, or did I just assume that when you said you drew a gun?
I think you assumed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I thought you were gonna move in and let it engage you, and then play it to get the free shot at it. Okay.
Sadly, no.
I mean, yeah, like I could come in and attack it, but I don't see how that's better than you just trying. Like I'm not
Right.
gonna. I guess here's the one thing. So I could come in, clear the mist, and then it wouldn't have +1 against me. But I think in general you get to higher numbers than I do, kind of regardless. So yeah, I think probably just take your best shot at it, or move and just take a hit from it and have it die that way. Save the ammo.
Oh,
That's an option.
Actually, you know what? That's a cheeky little. Oh, but then I'm going to need to move back for this.
Oh, to contribute your clue. Yeah.
So it's 2 actions for an ammo, basically, right?
Right.
And this might not even work. So I'll actually hold the ammo. You know what? I'll do the slow thing because we're not going to be able to get there this turn. Oh no, if I stayed there, we would be able to do it.
Yeah, but we could just have you start next round by moving in, and then we can do it. It's not an end of the round thing. We can do it kind of at any point as long as we're there to spend the clues. So yeah, that's fine. If you want to just get rid of the swamp leech by moving out, and then we can start next round by you moving back in, that seems fine to me.
Okay.
I'll move there, clear the mist, and I don't know, find some other.
-1. There's a lot of options in there that are worse than -1. Right?
Yeah, quite a few of them.
And the only downside is I don't get the ancestral token, but it's just a 1.
It's just 1.
It's just
yeah.
1. So okay, I'll
so
move back here and discard the leech. We'll take care of it the easy way.
Sounds good.
And that's my 3 actions. Just play the gun, move in, move out.
Okay, then I will use Bound for the Horizon. Discard my brute force, that new skill in my deck I was talking about, but it goes underneath me, so I can still commit it later. Draw a card from George's ability. Ooh, neat. That's a freebie move into the Cursed Shores. I guess here, yeah, once the leech is on you, that's not a good idea. But there's also, remember, the printed ability to take a damage and get +2 to your next skill test. But yeah, I think what you did was probably the right play. And I don't think I need to do that here to clear the mist. So the mist is even buffing itself. Right, so it's actually 3 intellect to try to clear it, but I have 4, and I will go ahead and put in this unconventional method to go to 6. I'm up by 3. -3. All right.
Nice. Good
Glad I
job.
played the skill. Okay.
Yep.
Spectral Mists have cleared. 2 actions left. Wow, you spent all my coupons and now I can't afford both of these cards.
Oh, no.
So I'll just have to make a
Oh,
decision.
wait. Well, if you have an ally, wait.
I don't have an ally. No.
Okay.
One day we will. These things will. Stars will align here. I'm just trying to decide whether I want a gun in my hand or an idol around my neck. Probably the gun. Probably the gun. George is with 3 combat. He's like right on the borderline of being able to fend for himself sometimes if he has something like a Derringer. So I'll go ahead.
Makes you feel strong.
It does make me feel strong, and that's really what I'm here for.
Mm-hmm.
I play horrific horror games for the power fantasy.
That's right.
Okay, my catalog is gone, but I played my 41 Derringer, which is a gun that uses 3 ammo. I can spend 1 and an action to fight, getting +2 to the attack and dealing +1 damage if I succeed by 2 or more.
Okay.
That was, let's see, the move was free. That was my first action here, huh? No, I cleared the miss. That was my second action. A third action, I guess, and I was just saying during your turn that you shouldn't draw on your last action, but I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Because I'm a very good player.
Famous.
Oh boy, and I am punished for it, drawing my weakness. Cast Adrift. If there are no cards beneath George Barnaby, shuffle this into my deck. Otherwise, discard each card beneath George Barnaby. So
no.
that zaps all of these.
And again, that's the last. So you're not going to be able to discard before you lose all the cards in your hand, right?
Yeah, right. I'm going to draw 1 more and then have to discard all 3,
Right.
and that will trigger drawing 1.
Right.
But, yep, that was terrible. I should have listened to my own advice and not drawn last action.
Oof.
At
Just listen to yourself. You have all the answers.
least it was thematic. I was cast adrift at the Cursed Shores.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a metaphorical cast adrift. I'm literally, like, stuck on a dinghy that is floating out.
You started looking for the source of the strange mist, and then you just kept floating endlessly for hours, just on the ocean.
I wish I could say it was the first
the
time it's
bayou.
happened to me. Okay,
All
well, there's no enemies, so that's a nice thing. And then we go to upkeep. I have to draw a card, discard all of them, and choose 1 to put
crap.
beneath.
Well, I also got hurt. That
Oh
leech.
boy, your back injury.
You know, there was something in that leech that hurt my back somehow. I was either put into
Probably
play.
it's like hideous sucker things.
Or take a damage. Yeah, it's a hideous sucker. Yeah. Oh, this is fine, though. So I must either put it... Okay, I think this is the first time this has come up. You must either put back injury into play into your threat area or take 1 damage and shuffle it into your deck. It cannot leave play except by the 2 action ability below. You get -1 health, 2 actions, discard back injury.
Yeah. It's not that bad.
It's not.
It could even just sit here for quite a while before the -1 health it's giving you matters.
That's what I'm thinking.
The other negative thing about it is that it takes up your body slot, which is like a type of asset. That said, do you have any of those in your deck? I can't think of any.
I don't think I do.
I don't think you do. So that's like not a problem.
No.
If you had a bandolier or something, like that's a body slot card.
Oh, and then this would overwrite it. So this could potentially...
This would knock it out of play, and since that can't leave play, you can't overwrite it by playing 1. You would have to do its discard. But I think for your deck, that's like not a problem.
No.
Yeah.
That's very okay. So I'll take that back injury, and we'll move forward.
All right. Well, brutal. I feel like I misplayed there. But, no time to dwell on that. More bad things have to happen.
Yep.
There's a doom, and you can draw your Mythos card.
All right. Spectral Mist.
Okay.
So you found the source of it.
It goes on a bayou, right? So it's back to me? Okay.
Attached to a biolocation. Each skill test performed is at +1 difficulty. Test 2 lore to disrupt the source of the mist.
And annoyingly now, like, if this is a treachery that's a skill test, this is making it harder. So that's cool. And it sure is dragged under again.
So also, if you hadn't cleared this card would have just been discarded?
Does it say limit 1 per location? Yeah, actually, yes. Had I left it there, this card would have like whiffed and just been discarded. That's brutal. Huh.
See, we come here for vacation and we try too hard, and look where it gets us.
I know, right? Yeah, you should never have like such a packed agenda on a vacation. Just chill.
Yeah, just chill, just hang out. Draw some cards. No, don't draw cards. Gain some money.
All right. Well, I'm taking this dragged under test. I'm even with it. No, I'm not, because Spectral Mist is buffing it, so it's 3 to 4. I'll just draw an Elder Sign. It'll be fine. It's the Tentacle, which was a -4, so I definitely fail. And if the Rougarou was at or connected to my location, it would attack me. But it's fine. It's fine. There's no Rougarou. We've never met a Rougarou in our lives.
Doesn't exist.
Okay, well, Dragged Under does stay in my threat area. If I leave here, it will deal on me another 2 damage, which would not be my preference. So I will try and find a way to clear it. But it's back to our turns. I guess, did you still want to start by moving in and we can advance the act?
Yeah, I think that's our best play. We don't really have anything else to do to move us forward. So why don't I'll move in as my first action?
Yep.
And then is it an action?
It's not an action. We can just advance. So we spend our 1 clue each, and why don't you tell us what happens?
All right. Finding Lady Esprit's shack is no simple endeavor, but eventually you spot the decrepit shanty through the mist. Lady Esprit greets you as you enter, not at all surprised by your intrusion. She claims that the Rougarou was once a man, cursed by a being known as Shub-Nugaroth in the form of a great wolf. She believes that she can lift the Rougarou's curse from the bayou, but only if the creature is destroyed. The set. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we have a real curse.
There's an actual reason for us to do something, and not just we're not just sticking our legs in leech-infested waters for nothing. Okay.
Put the set aside Lady Esprit into play at a bayou location.
Okay. We'll talk about her in a second. What else we got?
Yeah, there's a lot of text on this card. Put into play each set aside location.
Sure. Yeah. So
each.
I mentioned that. I mentioned that this was one of 4 groups randomly. Another one of the 4 groups was that I determined randomly as I set this up was removed from the game, which means it no longer even applies when it says each. So there's 2 remaining groups.
Okay.
So that's some like replay value to the scenario, is like if you replayed this again, you might see different locations in play.
Cool.
But for now, and let's see, let me make a little room here. Okay. Be economical with the space. I like playing on these playmats because I think this grid is useful sometimes, but I'm not sure it is for this scenario. So I'm trying to make some room here because I think the way I like to set this up. So it's 2 more of these triangles, but because the kind of non-bayou locations don't connect to each other, I want to here I'll show you. So I'm gonna put the Forgotten Marsh here because this connects to the Cursed Shores, but the 2 wilderness locations that form a triangle with it don't connect to anything up here. So I'm going to make that like kind of do a triangle like this, and another triangle with the Foul Swamp and its 2 Unhallowed Lands locations there.
Wow.
So these 3 bayou locations all connect to each other. So even from the Forgotten Marsh connects to the Foul Swamp. This row down that we've created down the center, they are all connected.
Okay.
And then within each of these triangles, they're all connected.
Okay.
If that makes sense. So it's kind of a like hub and spokes kind of thing.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Okay, what else we got?
Put the set aside the Rougarou enemy into play. At any non-bayou location.
It's coming in right now.
We're coming in hot, I guess.
Where is that?
We have been presented with proof of its existence.
And therefore...
Yep, and therefore, go figure it out.
Which, as always, raises the question, is it all in our minds, right?
Yeah.
If it can only get us once we believe in it...
That's true. That's a good point. If we just ignored all of this, like, would we be okay?
So it's a big, tough monster. Do you want it like a non-bio location? So we could put it close to us, or we could put it farther from us. I'm leaning towards farther.
I think farther. Yeah, okay. In the wilderness.
It's still only 2 moves from us, right? Everything you can get everywhere in this scenario within 2 or 3 moves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Shuffle the encounter discard pile and each encounter card from the Curse of the Rougarou encounter set into the encounter deck.
Yeah. So there's these that are going to... Did it say the discard pile also?
And the discard pile.
Yeah. So, the Rougarou and maybe some of its buddies.
Oh, he's got friends.
Yeah.
Great. Right.
It's more than just leeches out there now.
Okay. I was okay with the leech. The leeches.
And I wasn't kidding. I think there were gators in the deck that we just didn't draw. There were, but the enemies before this kind of turning point were all rooted in normalcy, I guess. Like leeches and alligators are real things, and now we just got into the less less believable stuff.
But all this happened after we found the crazy lady in the woods.
I mean, to be honest, it really parallels the Night of the Zealot campaign we're already playing, where we're kind of just taking Lita's word for all this ghoul bullshit. Like we saw a ghoul, but as far as the when we were running around Arkham, interrogating, sometimes beating up people that she claims are cultists, we were just taking her word for it.
Yeah, we didn't question it either. We just went and did it.
It's like your entire Arkham experience, at least since you're this year, since you've played it long ago, is following the insane ramblings of women NPCs and hoping for the best.
And it's so far it's only cost me my house and my friends and the people I love. So I think that's worth it.
Yeah,
that's worth it.
Yeah,
we're out here finding werewolves.
But she gives you +1 combat.
Yeah, she seems cool.
Right.
So she carries the torch, which hurts a little bit, but we ignore that. We get by.
She holds it a little close.
Yeah, it's a little on the nose, but we get through.
Was there more?
There is more.
Oh, geez. Okay.
The lead investigator reads the following out loud.
Ooh.
As you leave Lady Esprit's shack, a terrible sickness courses through you, and you drop to your knees. The lead investigator puts the set-aside Curse of the Rougarou weakness into his play area, into play in his or her threat area. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. There's also this. It's the Curse of the Rougarou, the titular Curse of the Rougarou.
Oh, all right.
Which says, at the end of your turn, if you have not dealt any damage this turn, take 1 horror.
Oh, you're on. All right. Your stomach convulses and you feel the first ghastly pangs of hunger. You got it.
Yep.
The
curse is reaching to you.
No problem. Say no more. This is a curse I am happy to oblige. And then that's this, yeah? That's it.
Yeah, that's
all.
it.
No,
we do need to look more closely at the cards that appeared. Let me first read the new act, because I feel like that's the thing we're most likely to forget. Hunting the Rougarou. The Rougarou is somewhere within the vast bayou. You must track it down and destroy it, lest the beast's curse consume you as well. Forced. After the Rougarou leaves the location, place 1 clue from the token bank on that location. This is actually still in the history of Arkham one of my favorite, because clues mean a lot of they represent all sorts of things depending on the context. And this one, at least I think of it as they are footprints. Every time it moves, it leaves a clue behind. So we are tracking it by its actual footprints.
Yeah.
And that's what the clues represent in this. It's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Or the destruction it's leaving in its wake, something like that. It's very cool. So yeah, as it moves around, it leaves clues behind. There are 2 objectives on here. One of them says, we have to destroy the beast. If the Rougarou is defeated, we read resolution number 2. The other one says, maybe there's another way. While an investigator is engaged with the Rougarou, they may choose to advance this act. Period.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just perhaps.
You can just have a heart-to-heart.
All right.
With the Rougarou, see what happens.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
So there are 2 objectives: is either defeat it or take a beat when we find it and
have a chat.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, we can use diplomacy.
Right.
It's reasonable.
And maybe that will outright end the scenario. Maybe it won't.
That might
usually advancing the final act does.
That's true. Yeah. See, it's all good. There's no bad outcome here.
Right. Yeah. Like any vacation.
But this lady did just show up.
Right. Yeah, so she is at the Cursed Shores.
Dangerous Bokor. An action, exhaust Lady Esprit and deal her 1 horror, heal 2 damage, or gain 2 resources. Any investigator at Lady Esprit's location may activate this ability, and she has 4 sanity. So we can do that a number of times.
Yeah, and so she's not in either of our play areas. She is at the location, but you can still you can take that action while you're at her location.
Cool. All right.
And the Rougarou itself.
Yeah, what's that do?
It's a monster. So
hey, Lita.
Lita knows what's up here. It's a creature and it's elite. So any tricks that you have that don't work as well against elite enemies, keep that in mind. It's aloof, which actually means it doesn't automatically engage you. As a reminder, you have to take an action to engage it. And it has retaliate. So if you attack it and miss, it hits you. Speaking of which, it hits for 2 damage and 2 horror whenever it attacks.
And?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, as an additional cost for an investigator to engage the Rougarou, the investigators must spend a clue as a group. It would be 2 clues in a higher player count game, but for us it's just 1 clue. So
That's
it's
rough.
aloof. It doesn't engage you. But we've seen all these triggers that cause it to attack you if it's at your location. So
And it can just walk away. Like, it just sounds like it also walks away every so often. So once you engage it, it'll just be like, nah, I'm good.
speaking of which, after the Rougarou takes 1 times the number of players' damage during a single phase, find the location that is farthest from all investigators, move the Rougarou 1 location at a time until it enters that location. So it has 5 times the number of players' hit points. It has 10 hit points, but every time we do at least 2 to it, it runs to the farthest part of the map.
And every time it runs through, it leaves a clue.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So we need those clues to engage it, and then
Yes.
we attack it. So that's that. Yeah. So you're seeing
Okay.
it's a multi-part kind of loop to actually defeat it. If that's the objective we want to go for, defeating it.
Right.
Then we need to get clues, spend them to engage it, deal damage to it. It runs away, get more clues, chase it down, repeat.
Yeah. All that sounds great. You see, I have this curse, so
You're right.
I gotta feed this curse.
So
I don't want to. There's no other way out of this. It's like
right.
I have these guns for a reason. This curse is telling me to do it. I got my friend with the torch, so we're gonna go.
It's true.
Find our Rougarou.
And there's 2 kind of tricky things you can do here, right? Because it's whenever it takes 2 damage in a single phase, which means you could keep it in the same place by doing 1 damage at a time. Then it won't run away.
Yep.
Or you can also try to minimize the number of times you have to chase it down by doing huge chunks of damage.
Right.
Because it's not like only 2 sticks. It can take 5 all at once and then run.
Right.
And that damage will stick to it. So
Right.
there's a few different approaches here. Because you have Lita and also, vicious blows and stuff in your deck, I'm guessing we would more lean towards trying to do lots of damage when we damage it. But,
Yeah.
I am more likely to, if I were to take any shots at it, to do 1 damage at a time.
I think the combination might actually work. We might only have to chase this once or twice across the map. If the cards work, if I get a vicious blow and a gun, then we might be able to make something happen really quick. Should be pretty good.
Okay, well, after that long interlude,
Yeah.
I think you were just 1 action into your turn.
I was just 1 action into my turn. So I'm tempted. Well, I gotta go find a thing. I need to hit something. So
Yeah,
I don't know how I'm gonna do that.
The only enemy is the Rougarou, so I don't know if you are doing that this turn.
No, I don't think so.
I know you have 1 horror on you, but I would rather you leave Lady Esprit for me to...
No.
Oh, wait. She doesn't heal horror. She deals horror to herself and heals damage. Okay, great.
But you also have damage.
I have 2 damage, and potentially I'm taking 2 more from Dragged Under, so I'm definitely planning to use her.
I was gonna leave her for you.
Okay.
The only thing that I'm concerned about with her is a little bit of money because I'm relatively poor, but I have a full gun, so I think I can slow roll it a little bit.
Be nice if the Rougarou stomps around some and leaves clues everywhere, so your gun is at its best.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping. So I'm actually I think I just go to the marsh.
Okay.
Right? And just do a little move, do a little scout.
Remember, it's buried under all these effects, but you do have to discard a skill when you leave the Cursed Shores.
That's not a problem anymore.
Perfect.
So my second action will be to go to the Forgotten Marsh. You warily eye the web of vines and blackened bog waters before you, and your heart sinks. You long for the comfort of home, and yet you press onward. Forced wilderness bayou location. When you leave Forgotten Marsh, lose 2 resources.
Oof.
Dang, and it's got 2 shroud, no clues.
Yeah,
rough.
it is rough, and we're seeing a little bit of a theme between these bayou locations where the more you move between them, the more stuff you're gonna have to pay.
Yeah. I see. Okay. That's not great. So I don't really want to just move and leave for no reason and be forced to double back. So
Right.
I think
Yeah.
I just draw a card here.
Okay.
As uneventful as it is, but I don't have a clue, so I can't engage the Rougarou.
The Rougarou, yeah.
And I don't want to just leave that location to lose resources, so I think I just try and dig a little bit
Sure.
for something to spend the resources, right? Because if I don't have resources,
ideally,
to lose,
yeah, you draw something to spend them on.
And if I only have 1 resource, do I lose the 1?
You would, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have to do as much as you can of the effect.
Okay, fair. No if able stuff. So I'll just do my last action will be the draw.
Okay, we've learned nothing.
We've learned absolutely nothing.
On the bright side, I think that none of the weaknesses in your deck punish you as bad for doing that as I just got punished for doing it.
No.
Like your back injury, I mean, that's already in play.
Yeah.
And then your, what's it called? Cover up, the one that requires you to investigate to get rid of it. Like, it doesn't, it only punishes you if it's still there at the end of the game. So it doesn't, not a problem if you draw it last action.
As long as I find clues and basically like am defeating enemies, that's all I need. So.
Right.
It's not that bad. But I did end my turn. I did not deal any damage, so I do have to take a horror. And I can give that to Lita, right?
To Lita, or put it on your ancestral token, yeah.
Okay, I'll give it to Lita for now, I think.
Cool. All right. What am I doing with myself? Well, okay. First action, I will definitely use Lady Esprit, put a horror on her, and heal my 2 damage. Because I think I don't want to waste time trying to pass this test. So I think I'm going to leave it alone. Or I think I'm going to just take that 2 damage again. First, though, maybe I will try to clear this Spectral Mist. I feel like we could... We'll be chasing the Rougarou around. We're going to spend more time here. And now there's 3 potential Bayou locations. It's not like I said... Not like we are going to have them whiffing.
And all the other ones back in the deck, too.
Yeah. So I guess, let's see. I've taken 1 action. I can fast move to the Forgotten Marsh. So I could make it to, like, this wilderness location and investigate or something if there's something interesting there. I would lose my resources, but I have nothing to spend them on for now. I'm going to leave the mist. It won't be fine.
Okay.
Yeah. We've spent enough time with the Cursed Shores. I will follow you to the Forgotten Marsh. I don't want to spread out too much. Although if I went over here, we'd still be connected to each other. But I'll go here. I'll do it using Bound for the Horizon. So I'm going to discard for Bound for the Horizon, like Grim Resolve, replacing it. I'm kind of gambling because if this is a skill card, I have to discard it too from the Cursed Shores. It is not. Beautiful. And it's Granny Orn. That's something to spend my resources on before I leave the Forgotten Marsh. Interesting. That's a great draw. I wanted her. So I'm still
an ally?
She is. Oh, she is. Yeah, if you have a speech,
I got speeches.
That doesn't solve my how do I spend my resources problem. But she costs 4, so I would be like gaining, taking actions to gain resources just so I could afford her. One more trigger when I left. Dragged Under deals 2 damage to me and goes away.
Yep.
So maybe I will find my way back and use the Voodoo Lady again. So yeah, I guess now that I've drawn this, I don't really want to lose my resources and lose the ability for you to help me. I have 2 actions left. That's so many actions. I will draw a card. Second action. That's fine. It's not great. I'm gonna... Ugh. I'm thinking it's increasingly likely I'm just going to spend 2 resources when I leave this, so I'm going to gain a resource that I have 1 left when I do.
Okay.
I don't want to draw last action again. That felt bad. Okay.
Yeah.
That's my turn, because I didn't want to move anywhere else here. We do, this is a 3 agenda deck, and we're still on agenda 1, so it's feeling like we have plenty of time.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Because we go to upkeep, the Rougarou doesn't inherently do anything in the enemy phase. So yeah, we're going to upkeep.
Okay.
Drawing a card.
Draw and gain a resource.
I have to discard to hand size. I will discard this. Anchor Chain. Drawing a card. Ooh. Neat. Okay. That's a good draw. Doom number 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. All right.
And you can draw an encounter card.
And counter.
She readies as well in the upkeep.
Oh, is that only once per...
Yeah, because it exhausts her, it's once per round.
Exhaust. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Reading the card helps. Swamp Leech. Spawn at any Bayou location. Cannot be evaded. When it enters a non-Bayou location, discard it.
If you need to draw some blood this turn, maybe you just want to have it on yourself.
Yeah, I actually do. Yeah, I just want this. This is on me.
And Bog Gator. I told you there'd be gators.
Oh, cool.
It has a prey of lowest agility, but because I drew it, it first defaults to just going to my threat area. While it's at a Bayou location, it gets +2 fight and +2 evade. So it's a 4/4. Wow. They were apex predators even before the curse took hold.
Them gators.
Ooh, that's a big gator.
Yeah, I'm not feeling very Steve Irwin about this gator.
No. Look at the
Probably just.
no Steve Irwin gator had that much blood in its mouth.
No.
I can tell you, I watched a lot of Crocodile Hunter. Not a one had that much blood in its mouth.
Besides, he was a crocodile hunter. This is an alligator. Completely different.
Completely different.
So he would have no idea what he was doing.
Nope. Out of his element.
All right, it's our turns.
Yeah. Do you want your granny down? I can.
Yeah, I would love that. And
Okay.
and then if you will get attacked by the swamp leech if you do that first. So you might want to deal with it first.
That's fine. I can deal with that first.
But all right.
I have some things to do. Okay, cool. So I will attack the Swamp Leech. It is Might 4. I'm going to use my 38 special. Just a +1 fight for that. +1 for Lita, so 2. +4 for Roland at 4. The Swamp Leech is at 4. I am going to use a Eureka. I'm not going to use
no,
a
that doesn't match
Eureka
combat.
because that doesn't match combat.
Anything but combat.
And I'm going to
You're
come
at
at it.
6 to 4.
6 to 4.
I could pitch an icon or two to. I feel like being up by 3 is where you really want to be.
Yeah.
So
I think 3 is better.
I'll pitch a Glimmer of Hope. It's just a wild icon.
Okay, cool. So at +3?
Yeah.
Great. Appreciate it. Then I probably should help you with this gator too.
That'd be nice.
0.
0. Oh, you didn't need my help.
Awesome.
All right, you pops the Swamp Leech.
Pop the Swamp Leech, and that will let me use the Ancestral Token to get a Bless into our bag.
Nice.
So that's a nice little pop. That's my first action. My second action...
And that does exhaust it. So I guess actually the one question is, if you're confident you would kill the Bog Gator, we would get more blesses if you save it for that.
I don't have a way to do 2 damage. Oh, is it a monster? No, it's a creature.
Yeah. Okay, then don't worry about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's just get the bless in the bag and.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, then should I bother hitting it once, or either way? Here, let's give you your motivational speech.
Oh, thank you.
So, I'm gonna tell you tell me about Granny. I'm gonna.
Your speech involves me telling you?
Yeah. I don't know about Granny. I don't know how I'm introducing her. You know.
Oh. Well, she's a tough old bird. She has no flavor text. That is literally all the information I have about her, other than that she is an old woman who wears a tank top and sits in front of a bulletin. Let's just say she's a conspiracy theorist. She's in front of like a bulletin board of stuff.
I love that.
Probably, yeah.
This seems like the type of person a good lawyer should know.
She has willpower and intellect that feels like a conspiracy theorist. Someone who has some knowledge and feels very convicted about it.
Great. I love that. That's what we need right now
Yep.
in these trying times.
Exactly. And motivational speech does what exactly?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Parlay, choose an investigator at your location. That investigator may play an ally asset from their hand, reducing its cost by 3.
Perfect. Okay, so I will play Granny Orn, paying 1 for her because she normally costs 4. And she gives me +1 will, +1 intellect, and has the exhaust ability. When an investigator at your location would fail a skill test, that investigator either gets +1 or -1 for that test.
Oh, that's right. She does cool stuff.
The way I have built, I mostly want her to be granting +1s because I'm not. I have not. It is in the red kind of color pie to like want to fail by a lot or by certain numbers and stuff, but I'm not building in a way that I want to fail. I want to pass. So +1 if we fail, but it's any investigator at my location, meaning this actually can like if you want to try to kill the gator, she would help you with that. But if you don't have a way to do 2 damage,
This actually does do +1 damage. I just didn't finish reading the card. So I could actually hit the gator at a 6 again, and if I kill
it's at a bayou, so it gets
4.
+2. Yeah, so it's at 4. I'm all for it. If you miss, you hit me, but I might throw some more icons into this.
Okay. I think getting rid of it is going to help you out.
Definitely. I don't have a good way to get away from it. I have some basic evading and some basic attacking, but 4s are tough.
Yeah. So, okay, I'll spend another gun, another shot. So I'm still at a +6 to take out the Bog Gator.
So it's 6 to 4. All right, let me pitch Act of Desperation, which has 2 more icons. So you're at 8 to 4.
At 8 to 4. Okay, that seems good.
-2.
-2.
I keep giving you skills you don't need.
Sweet.
I should believe in you.
The important thing is we took care of the Bog Gator. We
Yep.
don't get any more from the Ancestral token, but we did just take care of a threat for you, so...
Yeah, appreciate it.
I think that's pretty good.
I think so. All right, and that's your last action?
That's my last action.
Okay, that's a good turn. Your curse is satiated for now.
It is.
All right, so I guess I'm going to. Let's see. First, let me spend 2 resources. So I'm down to 1 when I leave, at least, to play Artistic Inspiration. This card has 1 inspiration. I can replenish it by discarding a card. And after I reveal chaos tokens in a skill test, I can spend an inspiration to get +1 or -1 to skill test. So now I can get 2 under and succeed by using both these cards in play. So like I said, the plan is now to pass.
And that's a lot of flexibility, too, because those cards can be used after the token's resolved, right? That's really
Both
good.
of them, yeah.
That's a lot better than the skill card.
Yes, yeah. I also have a lot of good skill cards.
You do as well,
I'm
yeah.
really, I'm the. No, I can't figure out a way to connect to being a lawyer to passing a lot of tests. I mean,
You're very learned. You have all the skills that you need to get you through any
guess.
situation.
Yes, but why does it help me, evade gators? I guess you can apply some knowledge there.
Steve Irwin.
I still think one of the silliest things about George Barnaby is that his flavor makes no sense. It's what does all this is putting cards underneath him and drawing more and then using them later? Does it represent him having an armload of paperwork that keeps getting shuffled together? What is happening here? I don't know.
He's just managing so many things. He doesn't know how to handle it.
Yeah. So anyway, okay, I have no cards. I have 1 resource. I guess the downside of having no cards, since I did want to play Artistic Inspiration, is that I don't have anything to discard to Bound for the Horizon for a free move. So I guess I'll move the old-fashioned way, spending an action. You hate to see it.
Wow.
After hours of navigating through impenetrable fog and overgrowth, your clothes stick to your skin and you swat at what seems like the 1,000th mosquito. 1,000th is a hard word to read. It's the Trapper's Cabin. While you're at the Trapper's Cabin, you cannot gain resources. And as an action here, spend 5 resources to test willpower, or test intellect 3 rather, to convince an old trapper to sell you his last bear trap. If you succeed, take control of the set-aside bear trap asset.
Ooh.
And it's no coincidence, I'm sure. Not only can you not gain resources here, but it's connected to the location where you lose. Speaking of which, I need to discard my resource.
Yep.
Lose your resources when you leave. So this is not easy to do.
No.
And no clues here. So bummer.
Man, I really want to know about this resource.
This bear trap.
This bear trap, yeah.
I think I'm going to move into here. You know what? I haven't discarded a card yet this turn. Maybe I should, even though I'm on my last action, I should draw a card, and then before I pass the turn, I can do a free move by discarding it to Bound for the Horizon, draw another card,
Yeah.
end up with 1 more than I have under here. That seems like win-win. And because the Rougarou won't engage me, I don't inherently get attacked. There are certainly effects in the game that would cause me to suffer for this, but I probably won't draw any. So
No, definitely not.
okay, so 3rd action, I will draw a card. Oh, great. It's Deduction. A skill card is perfect here because I will discard it to Bound for the Horizon. I will still be able to play it out of here for a free move and draw a card to replace it. And this wilderness location is the Twisted Underbrush. Oh, look, something's going right. Here, there's an action to gain 2 resources and take a horror.
Oh, that's pretty good.
This region is covered in twisted plants that grow odd-looking berries. They look absolutely delicious.
I'm going to eat the hell out of those
Oh, yeah.
berries.
Oh, yeah. It also has 2 clues.
And clues?
Yep.
Oh, that's a sweet location.
And a victory point. The weird thing about the victory points and getting experience out of the scenario is that you get that if they have no clues on them at the end of the game, but the Rougarou is dropping clues all over the place.
Oh,
so that's not as simple as just find the location, clear the location, move on. So we'll see how many of those we end up getting.
That's fair. That might be tricky, actually,
Yeah.
to acquire.
Like, I can get these 2 clues. I have a deduction. I've used my last action, but next turn I could start by easily getting both of these clues. But as soon as the Rougarou moves out of there, it drops another one. So,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
So I will say, if I know anything about bear traps, is it's going to immobilize said bear. So
If only we were up against a bear.
if only we're up against a bear, but I feel like a wolf and a bear are basically the same, functionally the same thing. So I kind of think the bear. I think that's you're picking up what I'm putting down here. Like, Wolf trap, bear trap.
I am
do the same thing.
I am picking up what you're putting down, but I am still enjoying the sentence that a wolf is functionally a bear.
Same. Same deal. No difference whatsoever. They both have snoots. They both have toes and claws. That's all you need to know.
Do they have toes? I guess they have toes.
They got little toe beans.
Yeah.
There's like big toe beans.
Yeah. All right. A Rougarou has toe beans.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, and at the end of the toe beans are really big, long, scary claws. We try and avoid those. We're just focusing on the toe beans, which are very cute.
And catching them in a trap.
And catching them in a trap. Nicely, I'm sure.
Okay. So that's the plan, is to buy the trap from the trapper.
Yeah.
We need a lot of money.
Yeah, money. Money's good. Mm-hmm. I have some money, but I'm not good at that particular test. Do I have to spend the money?
It has to be the person taking the test, which is frustrating because there's an autofail in the bag. You might just, no matter how high you get your test, you might spend 5 resources and waste them. I know as I've been unable to help myself from commenting on things that feel a little like not modern design as we've played some of these old scenarios. That's one of them. I feel like in a more recent scenario, it would be test intellect. If you pass, you may spend 5 resources. So that it would be a little less brutal.
Yeah,
to fail. Right?
Yeah. Spending 5 to make a test feels rough, even if that test is only 3.
But that said, I'm pretty good at intellect. Granny Orna's boosting it. I have these 2 +1s, so I'm confident that I can get to where only an autofail can screw me, and then I just have to hope for the best.
Okay.
But anyway, that was the end of my turn, and so it is the enemy phase. We have no enemies other than the Rougarou, who doesn't act, and so upkeep. All right.
Another resource and card, and I unexhaust this.
Well, I got an expensive asset that I think, given we're trying to save up for to buy things from this sketchy cabin in the wilderness, I guess I won't be playing it, but that's fine. I gained my resource. Yeah, I had 0. I gained my resource for upkeep. Okay.
Yep.
I don't have to discard a hand size for once, and we are at 5 doom though.
We are at 5
so
doom.
Flip over a creature of the bayou for us.
A violent storm rolls in as your search continues. Black rain clouds conquer the sky, the air thick with humidity. You recall that all of the recent killings took place late at night, under the cover of dark clouds. A shiver runs up your spine, and you cannot help but wonder, what if you are next? Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. So that goes back in.
Only a couple cards, yeah.
If the Rougarou is in play, find a non-bayou location with the fewest clues on it. Move the Rougarou 1 location at a time until it enters that location. If the Rougarou is not in play. So find a non-bayou location with the fewest clues. Move the Rougarou 1 until...
There are 5 of those. We basically get to choose where it moves. Do we want to keep it close and just send it to the trapper's cabin, or would we rather get some distance? Is kind of the question.
I kind of don't mind it going a little bit further away right now to give us more clues in places.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. And also we know at least there's a token in the bag that causes it to attack us if it's even connected to us. So sending it a little ways away while we create a game plan seems like a good idea. Okay,
and I don't know if we necessarily want to send it like to these far away.
To one we don't even know about.
Sending over here might
the
not
Garden
be
District.
bad.
Yeah, it can go look for that strange doll.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to move 1 location at a time, I think as directly as possible. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, putting clues here, and you got 1 for that?
Yep.
Perfect.
And that's all that's on this card.
Okay. The Rougarou feeds is the next agenda. Around you, the bayou feasts. Flesh rips and jaws snap just beyond the trees, and light droplets of rain ripple upon the surface of the water. You can't tell exactly where the sounds are coming from. Perhaps it's the dreadful ambiance of the bayou itself. Yeah.
Indeed.
We picked a poor vacation spot, it sounds like.
We did.
A dreadful ambiance is not what you're looking not the keywords that sell me on a TripAdvisor review, that's for sure.
No, we found the nice, like, the suburb, and then we decided that wasn't good for us.
No,
this makes us feel more at home.
We're in the Forgotten Marsh and the Twisted Underbrush. Yeah, that's where we belong.
Yeah.
No wonder you burned down your house. Okay. That was just the agenda advancing. We are still drawing our encounter cards, starting with you. Yeah.
No, okay. Spectral Mist attached to a biolocation. Limit 1 per location. So it can... Well, this doesn't have a test, right?
It would make it harder to grab this clue that's on it. That's about it. Kind of seems
but
fine. Yeah.
It's Shroud 2. I think that's okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. And we don't... It's not like that's a victory point location, so...
Right. Oh boy. On the prowl. A dreadful howl pierces your eardrums. The Rougarou is on the move. This has Surge, so I'm going to draw another card after this.
Oh.
And it says, Revelation, find a non-bio location with the fewest clues on it. Move it one location at a time until it enters that location. So it's moving again.
Okay.
At this point, I still think we would rather it not be connected to us. So we could either send it into the Unhallowed Land or we could send it to Broadmoor. The one reason to avoid going to Broadmoor is it has a victory point. It's currently clear, but maybe that's just unrealistic to, at this point in the game, keep it clear.
It might be, yeah. I just... The other thing is, I think it's gonna... It seems like these types of cards come up a lot, where it moves a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we just send it to the far one now?
Sure. Yeah.
Right.
So, well, remember, this is not farther from us because these two are connected.
True.
But, yeah. I'm sold on that. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So...
Clue... Not 2. Clue there.
And here.
And there, yes.
Okay. And then my next card, Cursed Swamp. Test willpower 3. For each point you fail by, take 1 damage. If you're at a bio location, you cannot commit cards. Again, I'm not at a bio location for this, so that's good. Granny Orn is giving me +1. And also, I have these potential boosts, so I'm feeling pretty good. And in addition to feeling pretty good, I don't really have very much that's useful for icon-wise. Unless I want to do a Grim Resolve, but I don't think I want to. So, all right, 3 to 3. It's a 0. I pass.
Awesome.
Wow. Look at me go. Okay.
Great success.
Well, that was a reasonably harmless Mythos phase. Let's get the agenda out of here. All right. You have Stand Togethers in your deck, right?
Yeah.
That might be a good way to get some resources if you have any on you.
I don't.
Well then. I can gain a bunch of resources from this location.
So
I'm willing to do this at least once. I don't have much horror on me.
I have some book cards. Can you up my book cards?
Well, remember, you're going to lose 2 resources when you leave, so you would also need to find a way to get 2 more.
Got you. Yeah, that's a problem.
I mean, yeah. So you could, take 2 as basic actions and move. You wouldn't have enough actions to also try.
Right.
Why don't I go first? I'll get some clues, too, and that way we will have the option to engage the Rougarou next time we're in its neighborhood.
Okay.
But
I like that plan.
I'll investigate first. I'm gonna pitch deduction, so I am at 5, 6 to 3, and I get 2 clues if I succeed. A skull, -3, -6 if you're at a bayou, which I'm not, so I'm good. I get 2 clues. And the only thing that we at least are aware of that we need clues for is engaging the Rougarou. So basically we can, and it just says we spend it as a group, there's no other requirement, so basically we can engage the Rougarou twice on that alone.
Okay.
So that's nice. That was my first action.
I feel like you should take some of the
I'm going to do it at
resources,
least
right?
once. I'm debating whether to investigate for that last clue or just do the 2. So if I do the 2 resources twice, I'm at 5. Upkeep phase puts me at 6. So that's already 1 more than I need, really. But I would also like to have resources because they have other purposes than just buying bear traps. So,
Out of curiosity, though, after you buy the bear trap, or hopefully we get the bear trap, in theory you could leave there, right? So then you could, because you're going to have to go back through this place, too.
yeah. Oh, so I don't really
So,
want to have a bunch,
you don't
more
wanna-
resources, yeah.
Yeah, so if, the choice is just gaining extra resources to gain extra, maybe...
Yeah. So maybe so here's what I can do. I can end my turn there so that I don't waste an upkeep resource because I can't gain it.
That's true.
That feels better, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can do a
Because I can do
free action.
I can do a fast move, yeah.
Oh, that's clever.
So why don't I do that? And then that lets me use my ability, draw a card, all that good stuff. So I will use the Twisted Underbrush twice. So I'm going to take 2 horror and gain 4 total resources across those 2 activations. So I'm at 5 exactly. And then I'll use Bound for the Horizon, discarding a Grim Resolve, put it underneath, draw a card to replace it. Ooh, that's a pretty good card. Now I'm going to wish I had the resources to pay for that, but it's a problem for another day. And that's a free move into the Trapper's Cabin, but that was all my actions.
That's all your actions. Okay.
And you have not gone yet this time,
I've
right?
not gone,
Okay.
yeah. So I'm tempted, you tell me, so I can come in and help you with this skill test and also help me dig a little bit through my deck and find some cards with Eureka. So
Yeah, that's true.
uh,
Triggering Eureka is a nice...
it seems like, and if I have 2, just hypothetically, if I have 2 of them, do I do them one at a time? So I would draw 3, pick 1,
Shuffle, do it
draw
again.
3, pick 1, shuffle.
You would, yeah.
That seems really good.
It does.
Yeah.
I don't hate that idea.
The only downside is it would effectively cost me 4 resources.
Oh, because you'd be leaving and then having to pass back through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's expensive.
It's expensive because the alternative, right, is I just let you handle it,
Yeah.
and then go along my merry
And
way.
I think I can handle it, right? It's difficulty 3 because the tokens go as high as just the worst token in the bag will be because we're on hard difficulty. We have a -5, but I will be at 4, 5. I just have to put in 1 icon, and I'm at 6 with a +2 I can give myself, so I can very easily
Okay, so you don't need
handle the test. I don't need your help. If you wanted to be here to trigger 2 Eurekas, that's a decent reason. But maybe it's not worth spending 4 resources.
Not at the cost of 4 resources. Once I said the actual cost out loud,
Yeah.
I realized that seems not good when you're
Yeah.
already there.
Yeah.
And it's not necessary. So I think I'm going to end up moving away and just trying to discover a little bit more.
Explore. All right.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to go to the Foul Swamp and figure out what's going on because we don't know what's over here yet.
We don't.
So these are connected.
Yep.
So I will spend my first action to go to the Foul Swamp.
All right. Tell us about it.
The stench of death and decay washes over you as you slog through this putrid swamp. It's hard to imagine what could live in these waters, sullied as they are by rot and putrefaction. Sounds lovely.
Yeah.
Foul Swamp. Location, Unhallowed Bayou to Shroud. While you are at Foul Swamp, you cannot heal horror or cancel horror. As an action, you can take up to 3 horror to test 7 willpower to search the boneyard. You get +1 will for this test for each horror taken as part of this ability's cost. If you succeed, remember that the investigators have found an ancient binding stone.
Neat.
Huh.
Who wouldn't want an ancient binding stone?
Seems great.
Just no, I just realized that so that we're playing with 3 of the 4 possible areas. I remember now that I think the location we're not playing has kind of similar to the bear trap, a fishing net you can acquire. And I was just like, oh, we got robbed of the conversation about how a wolf is like a fish.
Oh, we did.
Damn.
We did. That could have been. We can go down a whole rabbit hole.
Yeah,
how similar a wolf is to a fish.
But we'll never be able to.
No. Instead, it's the obvious comparison between a bear and a wolf. So
Yeah.
Easy. We'll be there.
Okay, so yeah, if you want to find a binding stone, just a willpower 7 test away.
Yeah. I mean, I do have a lot of these. You know what? I do have a lot of these brainy things.
You probably don't want to take a lot of horror though. That exchange rate of 1 horror for basically 1 willpower, especially for you, does not look that appealing. You are taking a horror this turn too, because you're not satisfying your curse.
I know. I know. I could go
Brutal.
just like the Rougarou.
I don't think you can, because it would be a second move and then an engage action. You wouldn't have any left to attack.
Okay. I will refrain from losing all of my horror, all of my sanity this time. And I think I'm just going to move again into this spot.
All right.
I I can't read this. It is a chant, is the flavor text. The world is your prey, your bloodlust unending. Overgrown cairns. Force Shroud, Unhallowed Location. Spend 2 resources. Heal 2 horror.
Ooh.
Limit once per game.
Ooh, as an action.
As an action, yeah. So now that Foul Swamp is looking not so bad.
Did you give us the flavor text?
Oh, no. These cairn stones were placed here centuries ago. Their purpose unknown.
But they seem to make you feel better, I guess.
They seem to make me
If you
feel.
pay them.
I pay them. Oh, because I'm like leaving a tithe, right? Like I'm leaving a tithe, and it's healing my sanity. I mean, I'm feeling better about the gift I've left.
If I leave it a gift, it's going to be the berries from the Underbrush.
It'll be a different type of gift if you leave those berries.
Resources, it's less like clues. They're sort of abstract and represent a lot of things. In this case, it represents like picking berries and presenting them to these statues.
Yeah, present them to the statues.
But they're it's rare that resources mean anything specific, unlike clues where you can usually kind of deduce what they are implying.
But now this is once per investigator per game.
Yes.
This is kind of tempting to me, honestly.
Yeah, you could only heal 1 right now. You can't heal Lita with that. If it says heal 2 horror, it just means from yourself, unless otherwise specified.
Oh yeah, but if I go and do the Foul Swamp,
that's true.
Also, I can take 3 horror.
You're also about to take a second one from the Curse of the Rougarou, and you could put it on yourself. In fact, is that your last action?
That is my last action.
I thought you just moved twice.
1, 2. That is my. I have 1 more action. My last action is going to be. Do I move back and just prepare? So I could go here. In theory, this isn't going to hit me. And going, there's no functional difference between here, and here.
True. At least as far as like this effect making an attack.
Right. As far as the token effect. So I think I just go here, and with any luck, I can give it a good pop in the snoot next round.
Sure. Yeah.
Because we have to do that, right?
That makes sense to me.
The objective, and we need to.
I mean, the other objective is to have a chat with it. So you could do that too.
Nope. Not an option.
Okay.
Not doing it. So we're gonna move to the Unhallowed Land. Same chant. The world is your prey, your bloodlust unending. And the Rougarou is at the Ritual Grounds. Location, Unhallowed, 2 Shroud, 1 clue per investigator.
Okay.
Forced. After you end your turn at Ritual Grounds, draw 1 card and take 1 horror. A macabre display greets you as you venture deeper into the bayou where black magic and occult rituals find their home.
That ends your turn, so you're taking 2 horror.
So I'm taking 2 horror and drawing a card.
Okay.
That's not ideal.
No, it's not. But at least if you're at if the Rougarou doesn't leave, you can satisfy your curse next turn with that snoot pop.
But I'm gonna have to leave here next turn because this is
you don't want to.
This is a problem.
You don't want to keep suffering the ritual. Okay, those are our turns, I think, and there's no enemies, so we'll go to upkeep. Okay. I drew my leg injury because, of course, this goes into play in my threat area. Oh wait, sorry, I instinctively grabbed a resource, but I'm at the Trapper's Cabin where I don't. It can be healed as if it were a single point of damage on me. Oh, I can go to Lady Esprit and she can heal my leg injury. The tech.
Yes. The answer that you didn't know you had.
That's the truth to why we're playing Curse of the Rougarou is because I wanted a scenario that I knew could heal my leg injury. Yep. No, I wish I had that foresight. Okay,
well, you did accidentally put in that tech after your first upgrade too. So
that's true. The Bound for the Horizon giving me the free move does help with it. Yeah.
You accidentally counter your injury very well.
It's true. I've been mostly moving with that. Yeah, and what my leg injury does is after I take a move, resign, or evade action, you cannot take any of those types of actions for the remainder of the turn. It's very funny to have an effect that happens after you take a resign action, because obviously your game is over at that point, but that also puts it on the list of things you can't do after moving or evading. Okay. All right, that's not what I wanted to draw, but it's fine. It'll be fine. We have 1 doom. On the Rougarou feeds, and you can draw your encounter.
All right. Dragged Under. Revelation. Test 3 evade. If you fail, add Dragged Under to your threat area. Forced, when you leave your current location, take 2 damage and discard Dragged Under, and I can test Evade to get rid of it.
You can afford some damage. I'm not scared for you here.
Yeah, I think I don't think I commit any cards to this, and just yeah, I think I just roll with it.
Roland just powers through.
Yeah, 2 damage for me isn't that bad. Okay, so I take it.
So it goes in your threat area. No damage yet, but if you move, you discard and take damage.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay, and mine is. Oh boy, I'm the one getting the monster. Wait, now that we're spread out, a slime-covered dole. Oh, it spawns at any non-Bayou location. I don't have to spawn it at me. Okay, well, let me read it. Its prey is the lowest remaining health. It's a hunter, so it's going to move towards the nearest investigator, or it's prey if we are equidistant. And it says forced when it enters a location, each investigator at that location takes 1 horror. That's the annoying thing about spawning it on you is it would cause you a horror. Well, maybe because I think I want to put it where you can deal with it.
Mm-hmm. I have more guns than this too.
Yeah.
So.
Let me put it. Let's see, but it's gonna prey. It's gonna hunt me. Damn. Okay. Because I was thinking I could put it here where you could move in and kill it. That would be then instead of hitting the Rougarou, which we'd kind of like to get that going, right? Because you would have to engage and attack it. You wouldn't have enough actions to also come over here and attack this. But if we want you to avoid taking this horror, we want you to move to it, not have it hunt you.
Right.
I mean, I also have some.
I can one shot that. I actually wait.
Yeah. If you put it at your location, you would take a horror now because it is entering your location. But
if it's here, I can. Oh, I would see. So if I move in, then it would automatically engage me.
Yeah, but it doesn't do horror to you if you move into it because it's after it enters a location.
But then if I play a card that isn't fast when I'm engaged with it, then it would attack me and do both of its damage.
Yeah.
I think that's fine. Yeah, do this, and I will try and bop that and bop that.
Okay. You think you can do both?
Yeah.
Because remember, it's an action to engage the Rougarou. So it would be like...
I can't do both.
Engage, attack, move. That would be your turn.
Engage, attack, move. Yeah, okay. So I see. I mean, then I could deal with it next
So we
turn.
could put it further. We could just put it like here. And then it's 3 moves from us. Right? And we just kind of deal with it on a future round.
Yeah, it's a thing I definitely can deal with. I just want to get at least one good hit in this.
Okay, then who wants to go first?
Would you like... If you'd like, I can go first. I feel like I have a pretty... obvious turn?
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So
I know my first action it will be to try to buy a bear trap, but I don't know where I'm going from there.
Oh, do you think that if you buy a bear trap, you're not gonna be able to get to me, right?
Definitely not.
So it's okay.
Especially with my leg injury.
So my first one will be to engage the Rougarou.
Okay.
My second action will be to attack.
Oh, and by the way, we as a group spend a clue, so I'm spending a clue for you to engage it.
Oh, thank you. Yes. I am going to use my 38 special, and since there's a bunch of clues here,
oh yeah,
I actually get a pretty good benefit. So I'm going to get +3. Lita gives me another 1, so 4 + 4. I am at 8.
8 to 3 is as good as you can get.
8 to 3. 8 to 3.
Like there's.
Oh, it is 3.
It's only 3.
That's much lower.
It's not. Yeah, it's actually not as tough a fighter as you would think.
No. Oh, should I use this card then or not? I mean, I have a test that. I mean, no, I'll use it for something else, I guess. Because that can be used for anything. So
Sure.
So 8 to 3.
Okay. Tablet. Reveal another token. If you fail, you cannot move until the end of the round, or you cannot move this round.
Oh god, that'd be so bad.
Yeah.
But that's not anything.
Oh, and it's an elder sign.
Excellent. Is
Lovely.
Success?
Yeah. What happens on your elder sign?
I get +1 for each clue at this location.
So 10 to 3.
10 to 3.
I think you pass.
Yeah.
How much damage did you
Great
do?
Success. So I will do +1 damage for the special, +1 damage because the Rougarou is a monster. So I will do 3 damage
3 is pretty good.
to the Rougarou.
And then It has taken more than two or more damage in a single phase, so it's gonna find the location that is farthest from all investigators and move there. We can send it back to the Garden District.
Yep.
Like it's got to basically be something in this district where neither of us is.
Yeah.
And I guess we can keep the dream alive of not putting clues on the victory location by sending it here.
Yeah.
It will leave footprints. So it was here, here, here.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Oh yeah. So you never did. It's fine. You didn't decide to advance the act.
no.
All right.
I told you.
You're not about that life.
No, not about that life. We
Okay.
have a very clear plan. We are keeping our eye on the objective, and we're sticking with our plan.
Fair enough. Okay.
And we have all of these shiny, fun new guns, so we want to use them. So we got
But
silver
that's your old
bullets in
gun.
there.
That's your same old gun.
That is the same old gun, but it's trusty and reliable, and it makes me feel good. So, for now, we're going to keep using that.
That's why we're here in the bayou, to feel good.
That's why we're here. That's right. Now it's only my first action. That's the best part.
Ooh.
But I think I'm going to let you deal with clues because that is not my forte.
Sure.
So my second action is going to be to come to the foul swamp. And now...
That does trigger Dragged Under. You're going to take 2 damage and discard it.
Yeah, that's fine. I take 2 damage and discard it for Dragged Under. Thank you for the reminder. But I do have 9 health, so I'm not worried about that. I really want to do this foul swamp. So it's test 7. I'm at 3. I could take horror, and I have all these cards. I mean, there's so many cards I can add. There's so many cards I can add.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. I'm gonna send it. So before I take my horror, I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna discard. So I'm gonna use daring.
Oh, wow.
Oh, attack or evasion.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't work there. That
No,
doesn't work
just
there.
kidding. Just kidding. Can't read. Not doing foul swamp. Change the plants. We might come back later. Third action. Oh man, this is actually not ideal.
Wait, I think you've spent all 3 actions already. Because you
I
engaged, attacked, and moved.
I forgot about the engage.
Yeah.
You're right. Thank you for the reminder.
Okay, I'm going to
You
negotiate.
just stopped some comment from telling me I was playing all wrong and we cheated.
Yeah, delete
so-
that YouTube comment you were
Yeah.
typing. Yeah.
He saved us.
But actually, no, don't delete it. It's good for the algorithm, right?
That's
I
true,
think-
that's
I think-
true.
I think we like comments.
Tell us good job. Tell us that we did
Yeah.
a good job. We like that.
Tell us how a wolf is like a bear.
That's right.
And,
And much more than a fish like a bear. I think the wolf and bear is more so. Fish have fins.
I don't think that's a controversial
Fish have
opinion.
fins. So
Yeah.
different game.
I think most people would agree that a bear and a wolf have more in common than a fish and a wolf. Yeah. But, maybe comment if you disagree. Okay, I'm spending my 5 resources in hopes to convince this trapper to give me a bear trap in exchange.
It's so many dollars.
Yep.
It's so many coins.
Yep. All right. I am testing 3 intellect. Okay, so I'm at 4, 5. I will spend a Grim Resolve from underneath me to make it 6 to 3. The worst that can happen is -5, and I can give myself +2 in that case with my 2 boosts. So, okay, so I was going to say I shouldn't fail this, but that's what summons the autofail, so I won't say that. -4.
Oh.
All right. So I was only up by 3, so I do need to spend, I'm debating actually. If I spend Artistic Inspiration, I think then I could recharge it to use my ability. Well, but I'm going to move this turn anyway. All right, I'll just use Granny Horn. That's free.
Okay.
Okay, so I pass by 0. The trapper sells me the bear trap. It's one of these, I think. Yes. The bear trap is an asset, so I will take control of it. It says, as a fast ability, attach bear trap to your location. Forced, after the Rougarou enters attached location, attach bear trap to the Rougarou. An attached enemy gets -1 fight, -1 evade.
Oh.
So if I can leave this somewhere and get the Rougarou to walk through it, it has -1 until further notice.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Okay. So that's a thing. I am out of resources, so it's a great time to pass through the Forgotten Marsh. So, second action, I will use Bound for the Horizon. I'm going to discard my Fingerprint Kit, draw a card off my George trigger, get a fast move into there. And then second action, I will move to the Cursed Shores. And, you know, the Rougarou's up here right now. I guess I'll deploy the Bear Trap at the Cursed Shores.
Yeah. Because we can choose its path, right? As long as it's not direct or something like that, right?
Yeah. Well, like, it needs to take the shortest route, but because this is the bottleneck for it to get out of this district, it's gonna go through here.
Right.
Pretty soon, so.
Cool.
It seems like a good place to put it.
Because the next place we can send it, this is the furthest location without a clue. Not by you.
I don't think it has to be further. Well, it depends on what effect moves it. When it gets attacked, it has to go to the furthest place, and it doesn't care whether there's already clues there. But some of the other effects we've seen had us pick a location with the fewest clues. Okay. So it varies.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I have one action left. I am just going to use Lady Esprit, I think. Give her a second point of horror to heal damage from myself, and that the second damage that I'm healing is my leg injury, and that's gone.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, that was my turn, and that's the round. No. Oh shoot. Welp. I'm not gonna undo anything. This is fine. I didn't realize that the slime-covered doll was gonna hunt onto me if I ended here, but I failed to consider that. That's fine.
I'll fix that.
Okay, it does engage me and attack me for 1 and 1. I will put the horror on Granny Orn. And when it enters a location, each investigator takes a horror. Okay, so that's 2 horror on Granny Orn. Ouch! Yeah, so I just got hit for 1 and 2 basically. That's pretty painful. Yeah. But yeah, if you can help, that's great. We probably want you to because you also have the curse. But I can also probably get myself out of this jam. If we do, I am in the mists here, so it is +1 to everything.
It only has 2 with my... I can take care of that on my turn.
Okay. Then that's the enemy phase. So we will upkeep, ready cards, draw a card, gain a resource. Ooh, that's a good resource. Or that's a good card.
Ooh. Okay.
Also a good card.
That's cool. Yeah, I got lots of good cards.
I went ahead and put our second Doom on the agenda, and you can draw your encounter.
Okay. Dragged under. Test 3. I'm just gonna test the evade. I'm not worried about this. I have lots of solutions. That seems like I failed.
You're out of body locations. That skull is a -6. I think you fail.
A big old fail.
Yep.
That's fine. All set.
Okay. I drew a slime-covered dole. This spawns at any non-bayou location, so if you're leaving here, maybe I throw it over here where it chases us and we come get it later. Right? Right.
If you...
Because if you're heading this way, then it takes a while to get to us.
The shores of the bayou. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Our turns. So yeah, if you want to help me with this whole slimy dole situation,
I really, truly do.
I accept.
Okay. Oh, that still counts as an action. So do I want to do that? No. So my first action is going to be to move to the Cursed Shores. My second action is going to be, this is mostly for flair, I'm going to spend 2 to install my Remington Model 1858.
Nice, you get 1,000,000 ammo and a free attack?
I get 1,000,000 ammo and a free attack. So I'm going to get 4 ammo because of my Locked and Loaded. And when it enters play, I immediately trigger the above ability. So I'm going to get a fight +2, doing +1 damage. So it's +2, 3 for Lita, +4. So I'm at 7 to the dole's 3 with the modifier.
Yep.
So I'm up.
You're at my location also, so I can give you the bonus one if it comes to it.
Oh, if I do need it? Yeah. Okay, so I'll just roll this straight up.
Cool.
And this is for 3 damage as well, because the dole is a monster.
Yeah.
So this would just tap it out. 0.
Oh, blew it away.
Yep. And
good things happen.
So many good things happen. So we kill the dole. Now, I will trigger my Ancestral Token to add 3 Blessed Tokens into the bag.
Yeah, we still haven't seen that one that's been in there for a while, huh?
No, it's just floating around.
Right.
Just ready for
There's
the moment.
4 in there.
Then, after I defeat an enemy, I discover 1 clue at this location. And with one of these other cards, I get to do that again. No, I don't. That's not out anymore. Nope, that's all I get to do.
Okay.
So,
And for what it's worth, your curse was satiated. We
My-
can make a mental note that you've done damage.
and I also have to take my 2 damage from
Oh,
Dragon
yeah,
Lord,
you
so I
moved
took
out.
that already.
Yep.
So let's not forget that either. But that's no problem. I have a lot of health.
Mm-hmm.
So I can tank that. And we killed the Dole.
You killed them all.
So that was 1. 2 was to play the Remington. And then with my third action, I am going to... we are going to stand together.
I love that for us.
I love that for us, right?
think that's 2 resources each.
2 resources each.
Thanks.
Yes. Choose another investigator at your location. Both you and that investigator gain 2 resources. They won't take us down that easily.
That's phenomenal.
After your sacrifice for the bear trap, it's the least I can do.
Aw, thanks. And all those coupons you spent.
And all the... No, just the bear trap.
Okay, fine.
That's it.
no favors returned for the coupons.
No,
All right.
no. The coupons are in exchange for the bodyguard services.
Fair.
The,
All right. Can't argue with that.
Yeah.
All right. I'm in an annoying spot because I don't want to be here anymore, but I don't want to leave because I would have to discard a skill card. And the skill card I have in hand is great, but I don't have anything to use it on here. All right, yeah, let's talk this out. So the skill card I have is Resourceful, which if it's successful lets me get a card from my discard pile. It has to be a survivor card, a red card. The card I would want to get with it is also a skill card, meaning that would then I would just discard it to the location. So I'm like damned no matter what here. So maybe I just discard this Resourceful to take a fast move and hope for the best. Maybe I'll go talk to the Rougarou. I'm more of a talker, you see. I'm a lawyer.
Don't you do it. Don't you do it. We got this. We don't need it. We got silver bullets. Look at all of these beautiful bullets. It would be a waste.
But
It'd be a waste.
are you sure that murder is just always the best approach?
It can't be the wrong approach. It can't. There cannot be an alternative.
I think I'm gonna double down on my conviction that we should at least hear it out. So I am going to discard, as it pains me. Well, it doesn't pain me that much, actually. Resource. I forgot that when I discard it to the move, it'll go under me. That's not so bad. Okay, actually, I will take an action to move. Save Bound for the Horizon, in case I want it. So I'm going to just move to the Garden District. The Cursed Shores forces me to discard. I'll discard Resourceful, put it underneath me. In that whole all that agony over my skill card situation, I forgot that I could put it under myself and still commit it to a test later. So actually, I'm fine, actually.
Cool. Seems good.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna spend a clue and engage the Rougarou. Hello, friend.
Oh, no.
And while a Rougarou is engaged with while an investigator is engaged with the Rougarou, he or she may choose to advance. Limit once per phase. Maybe there's another way. Maybe there's another way.
You better be right.
Taming the Rougarou, this is called.
Oh, okay.
Conversing with the creature is a daunting task. Whenever it is cornered, it bellows and attacks like a feral beast. If there is some semblance of humanity left inside the creature, it is buried deep beneath the rage and bloodlust of the curse. If each of the following requirements are met, proceed to resolution 3. Otherwise, flip this back to its A side.
Okay.
So here are the requirements. All of them have to be met. We must learn more about the curse. The investigators must spend 4 times the number of players' clues as a group.
Okay.
So spend 8 clues.
Okay.
We must keep it contained. The Rougarou must have a trap card attached to it.
Okay.
We must protect ourselves. The Rougarou must have at least 1 times the number of players' damage on it. It already does.
It does.
And we must calm it down. The investigators must have either found a binding stone or a strange doll.
Oh, I see.
So, we've completed... Oh, I was going to say none of these. One of these.
One of these.
We protected ourselves, yeah. But so that's another option, is to try to tame it by spending 8 clues, committing it or attaching a trap to it, and finding a binding stone or a strange doll.
Okay.
But for now, that just flips over. It's been revealed once per phase. I do now have to deal with the fact that I have a Rougarou on me.
Okay, you know, I can see that bullets may not be the whole solution, but it is part of the solution.
I mean, there is still a resolution, and I believe the Lady Esprit did say, whether you believe her or not is up to you. But the only way to lift the curse, which is now affecting you, is to destroy it. So there's a difficult decision to be made.
This is true.
But at least now we know what we're deciding. And now I have to figure out what I'm doing about the fact there's a boss on me.
The possibility of a Rougarou friend might outweigh my desire to not be a Rougarou. Or might be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because a Rougarou friend seems pretty cool.
It would be.
Seems pretty cool.
It would be pretty cool.
So.
And I can't remember. There's a number of cards that could end up in your deck. Specifically, I think your deck, because you're the lead investigator, as a result of the scenario. And hell if I can remember which resolutions lead to which one. So I'm not metaing it here.
Fair enough.
But... all right. So I have one action left, because I moved... I could have a fast move left in my arsenal, but... So yeah, it's interesting. I could bring the Rougarou to you. Is that useful? Not really. I think I just want to evade it here. I played this anchor chain the very first round of the game, and maybe I should actually use it. I can, with it, I can exhaust it to evade. I get +1 agility for the evasion attempt. If I successfully evade a non-elite enemy, I can discard 1 card from hand to prevent that enemy from readying during the next upkeep phase. I don't know how much I care if it readies during the next upkeep phase. It would be aloof anyway, so it would be not. It's not going to re-engage me. But do I want to? Oh, the trap will be. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm gonna fast move in here. The trap will be on it. If I move in, it'll.
Oh, that's true.
It'll step in the trap.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna discard. I've already done my discard ability for the phase, so it is not a benefit to discard to Bound for the Horizon, but I think it's still worth. Let's just discard these nautical charts. And fast move back. So because the Rougarou has entered this location via it following me in, we attach the bear trap to it. It's trapped. And it also has -1 fight, -1 evade, which is great because I'm about to evade it. So with my anchor chain, I get +1 agility, putting me at 4 to its 2. I will commit a couple cards to make it 6 to 2, an anchor chain and a grim resolve from underneath me.
Okay.
So 6 to 2. Auto fail.
Ooh,
Oof.
not good.
No, I fail. There's nothing that these can do to help me with that. Well, we were bound to draw that eventually.
Yeah.
Rough. Okay. So
2 and 2.
It's not gonna hit me until the enemy phase, but that was the very last action, right? Of I think the round, so it's the enemy phase. Woof. All right. Well, yeah, that's 2 and 2.
Not good.
Brutal. That puts me at 5 out of 7 horror and 4 out of 7 damage.
But the good news is I can bop it.
Yeah, and it's still engaged, which does mean you don't have to spend an action to engage it, or the clues. You can bop it. That's one way to get it off of me.
Yeah. Yep.
But for now, we go to upkeep.
Yes.
Can't believe I failed that evade. Right. Grim Resolve. After this skill test resolves, I don't have to succeed to be able to swap any cards beneath me with cards in my hand. You know what? Actually, no. I'm good. Okay, so draw my card. Gain my resource.
I gotta find the cover-up.
It's a cover-up.
New plan. Rougarou's out. Cover-up's in.
God.
This is my Roland's weakness. The cover up revelation. Put cover up into play in your threat area with 3 clues on it.
I'm moving the dole, by the way. So again, hold your comments. I remembered that there was another enemy out in the enemy phase.
Smart. When you would discover 1 or more clues at your location, discard that many clues from cover up instead. Forced when the game ends, if there are any clues on cover up, you suffer 1 mental trauma. So I would like to deal with this since I already am traumatized from burning my house down.
Yeah.
I don't need more because I couldn't untangle the cover up.
Yeah.
Seems problematic.
That is annoying that you have an extra chore to do here.
This actually worked out though because I can go get a bunch of or get at least 1 clue from the dole. So I actually think I'll be able to get rid of this pretty easily. It's just a bit.
And maybe if you're lucky, a gator or something will spawn on top of you too.
Yeah. See, we can only hope. One can only be so lucky.
And to that end, we not flip the token to
go back to
3. Yeah, 3 out of 6 doom, and then your encounter card.
All right. Dragged Under. It's my favorite.
Sorry. Oh, geez. Again?
Yep.
We have drawn so many of those. I don't know how many copies there are. We keep shuffling them back in.
We've shuffled them in, yeah.
I did have to discard a hand size, I'm realizing.
Oh, fair.
So, doing that. Okay.
You guys know what this does at this point.
Yep.
If I move, I take damage.
Oh,
I do actually have an opportunity to not get hosed by this.
Okay. Oh, right. Yeah, it's a test. And you have to take the test in case something bad happens to you. Yeah. All right. I drew some insatiable bloodlust. We're going to add it to... attach it to the Rougarou. The Rougarou gets +1 fight, +1 damage, +1 horror, and cannot be evaded. But after it takes damage, we discard this. So that plan to bop it is looking better and better.
Yeah. That's good.
And the bear trap is basically now breaking even with this as far as its fight and evade stats.
But it does still have the mist.
Oh, right. Oh, that's... I had not even... I think I would have been okay because I could have used both of these if I had drawn like the -5, but I forgot about that when I was doing the math on evading it. I'm now realizing. Yep. You going first and bopping the monster that's on me?
Yeah, I think that's probably the best thing. I did just realize this location doesn't get us anything, huh? And you know what? I just need to do this for my own reasons.
Okay.
So, scene of the crime.
Sure.
Play only as the first action. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this cover-up one way or the other. Discover 1 clue at your location, 2 clues instead if there is an enemy at this location, and you brought the Rougarou in with you, so I will remove 2 of these clues.
They don't actually. I think they don't have to remove to clear cover up. I think it's instead of discovering the clues, it means that they stay at the location.
Discard. Yep, you are correct.
Yeah,
so they actually just get pulled straight from the cover up.
All right. So you went to the scene of the crime and covered up the crime.
We got right down to it. We were trying to figure out where the cover up was covered. Oh, it's my cover up. Yep, we just started covering up the scene of the crime.
I think so.
Immediately.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. There is. I even own it. There is like an Arkham horror, basically coffee table book with a lot of like great art and like short stories about literally every single investigator. I've never really sat down and read it. I really should, especially as much as I like the flavor of this game. I should like know Roland's story. I need to make a point of doing that.
Fantasy Flight Games always did a really good job with those core books. They also did one with the Worlds of Android too, and it was such a cool book because like they made some novels too for that universe, but it was such like a interesting peek into the universe because their illustrations and the art that FFG hired for this game as well.
Art's always top notch.
Is so good, and to have it like in a good print quality and like really blown up, it's really nice.
Yeah. All right, fine. I just honestly like in my adulthood here, I have like fallen off of reading very much. It's sad. I'm not a big reader anymore, and so I never sat down and read that book. There's too many other things to do on my phone in my pocket or whatever.
That's fair.
I'm guilty. It's one of those things that always nags at me. Like I should get back to reading more, and I'm like inching my way through a Brandon Sanderson book, but so slowly. It's.
I know. I can't believe you don't like reading.
I know, right? Yeah. What else would I do with my time? Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Well, that was your first action. Yeah. Okay.
So second action, I will. I'll bop the. And now I can still even use this Remington even. So I'll use my 38 special. Excuse me, with my +3 attack, because it's still exclusive to this location.
Yeah.
So it's even better.
So it's at 3 after kind of the 2 attachments to it cancel each other out, and Spectral Mist is making it 4.
And I'm at 8.
That seems good.
Yeah. So I'm +4 right now.
Yeah, don't auto-fail and shoot me, please.
I will do my best. When I leave this location, it's going to cost me a card too.
It's a skill card, yeah.
I will use the daring.
The enemy gains retaliate, but already had it, so it doesn't actually do anything.
So this is going to be three fists at this point. Commit to a skill test during an attack or evasion against an enemy. That enemy gains retaliate and alert. As you said, it already has retaliate and alert. So after this test ends, I draw a card.
Seems
so
good.
it's just a way to cycle this card. So I have a lot. 0
You
will
passed by a lot.
work great.
Nice. How much damage did you do?
I will do 3 damage. 2 or +1 for the gun, +1 for Lita,
Okay.
+1 for my
Yeah,
base.
it's at 6 out of 10. Its bloodlust is gone, and it is going to, since it just took more than the number of players in a single phase, find the location furthest from all the investigators and move it there. So it's going to be one of the 4 kind of non-bio locations in the other clusters. Any preferences?
I have no preference. Do you have any thoughts?
Not terribly.
I do think as well we're almost at the point. I mean, it has. So we can also do one of these.
I guess, at this point, what would you like to do? Are we trying to... Because that's this cycle of, like, it gains its bloodlust and can't be evaded, and you kind of have to hit it to get it to go away. That is sort of a timer on us trying to do the alternative objective, right? Because eventually we would kill it by have to kill it by dealing with that.
Yes.
So we should get on it if we are going to do those things. And so we would need 8 clues. We currently have 1.
That's
we would
right.
need 9 clues because it costs 1 to engage it in order to advance that act and reach that text again. So we need 9 clues between us. So we really need to get to work on that. That said, it's going to drop several more, so that's good. But then we what was I saying? And then
The other conditions are
we have plenty of damage on it. We have a trap on it, so we just need to also get the doll. I think I prefer.
You prefer
up
that
here
one?
where we don't have to take a bunch of horror. Ideally, it's also
They're both test 7, so it's really what's a better test. That's really the difference, right? This just gives us a option to reduce it. The swamp gives us this option to reduce it. But if you prefer the evasion, honestly, my problem is I'm not good at either of these, so I'm committing cards either way, which is why it's a little bit easier for me at the swamp. But if you want to do the sanity or the evasion,
I think agility is a little easier for me.
Okay.
And also, I don't really want either of us to have to take horror. Neither of us is in. I mean, you have more remaining horror than me.
Yeah.
Which is not usually the case, but I've taken so much of it. It's off camera, but there we go. I have a lot of horror. Okay, so sorry. The question was where are we moving the Rougarou? I don't know. Let's just send it to the trapper's cabin. Because you have what, 1 action left, so you're not gonna go kill that dole.
I'm not gonna go kill that dole this round. No.
The Rougarou is gonna leave a clue here and here as it moves. So what are you doing for your third action?
I'm probably just gonna go say hi to the dole now.
Just have it hit you, but at least you don't take the horror for it entering your location.
Yeah.
And the next turn you can get your cover up done that way and kill it and satiate your curse. Yeah, I think that seems good.
Yep. That's exactly right.
Then don't let me stop you.
Okay, cool. So my last action, I will move into the foul swamp and I engage the dole. When I
Oh boy, yeah, you're gonna take.
I'm getting dicey. So when I move,
maybe you want to use. Well, you can also put 2 horror on Lita, but you could heal 2. You could stay where you are and heal 2 with.
Oh, I can do that. You know what? Thank you. I think that is slightly. That's just heal 2
that's
damage.
adding up, yeah.
And that's just the thing.
Because you also have -1 health. Don't forget, as you get up there.
I'm gonna put a damage upside down here as a reminder for myself. Because that is very important. Thank you. So yeah, I think I'm actually going to use one of these actions. Ever since in the beginning I told you I wasn't going to use her, I've completely blanked to her text in my brain.
I think it's completely reasonable for you to use it. Like, you're taking a lot of damage as the fighter.
Honestly, it's not even the minions that are dealing damage. It's the dragged under that's dealing the most damage to me.
It's true. So at this point, you have not actually discarded it since you decided not to move, right?
True, thank you. But this will let me heal 2 damage, so I think I will just heal the 2 damage.
Seems good.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, and I think I want to get out of here so that when the doll moves in, it doesn't deal horror to both of us.
That's smart.
So I guess I'll try to go get the doll then, if we are going for it. Like, I guess that's what I wanted us to conclude on is, do we want to try to tame it or kill it? I think killing it's a lot easier at this point.
Killing it is a lot easier. The curse, the thing is like, I'm built to be okay for the curse, right? Like, I kind of want to be dealing damage to things and attacking stuff.
Yeah.
So, if I end up stuck with the curse, that's not a significant downside to me. So, if the upside is getting, like, probably some really cool stuff if we successfully tame this thing, I'm kind of okay with it.
Yeah, all right. I like it.
That seems pretty sweet.
Yeah,
like,
and I'm taming it.
Seems really cool.
And I'm drawn to wanting to tame it just because it's the harder thing to do.
Yeah.
Like, so it's the funner challenge, I think.
Let's bring him back. We have a town full of cultists.
Right.
This thing can go nuts.
Let's fucking go. Okay. Then do I want to grab any of these clues before I go? I guess not. They'll still be here when I pass back through. So let me take a fast move using Bound for the Horizon. I will discard a Resourceful, triggering my ability and replacing it. Great. It is not a skill card, meaning I have nothing to discard as I leave. So that was all fast. Now I can try to break into a nearby greenhouse and look around. None of the cards in my hand match this test, but I do have Agility's 3. I can put in 2 Resourcefuls to be at 5. Jeez, this is not actually as... I'm not as high as I want to be for this.
7's a lot.
I can take it. I could rewind a little bit and take a damage before I leave the Cursed Shores to get +2 to my skill value. It's probably worth it. Even though my damage is starting to become scary.
That probably is worth it.
I think I'll do it. So I'm going to take a damage, get +2 to this, and then that with my 2 skill icons puts me at 7-7. Man, let me also, after my move, which was free, I'm going to draw a card. So, did not help.
I mean, you could do that again.
Yeah, maybe I'm going to wait. Maybe I'm just going to investigate and grab this clue. And then get an extra card draw in the upkeep phase. Have a little bit more going for me. Oh, except I did this. So if I'm going to do that, I should rewind and not get the +2 to a skill test.
Honestly, it might just be more worth it for me to do this with that action.
I mean, that action... wait, what do you mean? Oh, I see. To go do the Foul Swamp.
Right? Because I do have, like, my sanity isn't great, but I have more than you have available, right?
That's true.
And I have not really have anything.
I like the idea of coming up here regardless and getting this clue, because it becomes another place that we can send the Rougarou because it has no clues when it moves, and that helps us keep this victory point alive. It's a minor thing, but that's one thing I was thinking about too.
And we need clues anyway.
So yeah, I will have... Okay. All right, so I retcon slightly. I did not do this.
Okay.
So I've free moved. I have 3 actions left. No, sorry, I drew a card. I have 2 actions left. I'll go ahead and investigate. And so I am at 5-1 here. And it's a tablet. Let's reveal another token, and I can't move again if I fail. It's not the end of the world. -2. Okay, so I pass. Then I gain that clue. I have 1 action left, huh? You know... I guess I don't have much use for my other resources. Let me just actually... I forgot that this was a card I could play and probably should. I will play an Idol of Xanatos. This is going to help a lot as I am getting up there on damage and horror. This is an accessory. It says the weight of it was reassuring. The metal warm against her skin. When I'm dealt damage and or horror, I can exhaust it and discard up to 3 cards from my hand to cancel that much damage and or horror. It's also a nice way to potentially. So George's ability, it gets triggered once per phase, and that's a way to trigger that ability in like the Mythos phase, like to get another use of it each round. So yeah, I'm happy with that.
Cool.
Okay,
Seems good.
so in the enemy phase, the Dole hunts onto you. Unfortunately, it's gonna hit you for basically 1 damage, 2 horror, including the horror you take when it enters your location.
Yes.
So your horror situation
Is
could be
worsened.
better. Yeah, you definitely have 2 cards that you can let get defeated if you need to.
Yes.
Rather than yourself get defeated.
Yes.
Let's ready Lady Esprit.
And this is engaged with me now, right?
Yes. Okay. Add it to your massive threat area, right. Okay, draw a card, gain a resource. Where are my... I don't know, maybe I don't have that many agility icon cards in my deck. I don't know. Okay. It's 4 out of 6 Doom. Whenever you're ready.
Oh, it's pretty good. Okay, well, this is engaged with me.
I just added a Doom, so drawing a counter card.
Drawing card. That's right. Thank you. Cursed Swamp. Hazard. Revelation. Test 3. Will. For each point you fail by, take 1 damage. If you are at a Bayou location, you cannot commit cards to this test. So 3 will is a problem.
You can't commit cards, though.
You're
at a Bayou.
I am at a Bayou. That's not great for me.
No.
So we're straight up. We're 3 to 3.
Fine. It'll be fine.
We got blesses in here.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
-1.
-1.
So that's 1 damage?
1 damage.
Okay. It could be worse.
Take 1 damage. I have a lot of damage still available. So
Yeah.
5 out of my 9, including my back injury. So I'm okay.
Right.
Okay. That's it for this.
I drew a Bog Gator. So it's going to engage me. I will probably just end up shooting it with my gun or something.
Yep.
That'll be fine. Okay. Then our turns. So you obviously have a Dole to deal with. Killing it can finish your cover up, so that's good. What else are you doing? Oh yeah, and we are still adding +1 to the test there.
That's fine.
Okay, so I guess kind of my goal, is to just don't have the icons. I don't want to waste a bunch of them trying and failing this doll test. Yeah, maybe we do the Foul Swamp eventually. I would be better equipped to do, well, I'm similarly equipped for willpower, I guess, honestly. Or you could take a shot at it. So okay, so I guess my plan will be to leave here, and really at this point, if we're going for the tame, I'm gonna try to get as many clues as I can.
Yeah, I think that if you can clear this out, clear the ritual grounds out,
yeah.
that gets us a victory point and clues. So this is probably our highest priority.
It's a few moves away, but I agree. Yeah, and I have a lot of horror, so I'd rather not end my turn there either. That's tricky, but
yeah, that's true.
Okay, why don't you go first? You're the one with enemies to deal with, and then I guess I also have an enemy to deal with, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Okay, so for my first action, I will shoot the Dole with my third. Do I need the 38 special? I don't. I actually think I'll just use the Remington.
Okay.
I don't need the extra damage. So it is a 2, 3, 7 to the modified 3 from the location. So
Nice.
I'm at +4. I don't have anything to commit, but I'm okay with +4.
Yeah, just don't draw the -5.
Yeah, I'm okay with the +4. Famous last words.
0. You're good. Okay.
And the Remington deals +1 damage. The Dole is a monster, so Lita deals +1 damage. So we kill the Dole. And now I have a bunch of reactions. So Roland, after I defeat a monster, discover 1 clue at the location, which will get rid of my cover-up, or I have completed the cover-up.
Yeah, you. All right. This is my pledge. Before our next game, I will know Roland's story, whether he is trying to stop or accomplish the cover-up.
I mean, it looks pretty clearly on the art like
looks like it's him
he is
pouring gasoline on a monster or something.
perpetrating the
on some sort of
cover-up.
corpse. Agreed.
But I would love to know more about the cover-up.
Yeah. And I think even George Barnaby should be in there. Maybe I'll find out why he has so much paperwork.
So much.
The only ones I think not covered in that book, because it came out a number of years ago, are especially later in the lifespan of this game, they have introduced some new investigators that were not like, because Arkham Horror's had several previous games in the franchise. There are some other ones that are original to this, and I think they're not in that book. So
okay.
we're out of luck if you want to play any of the fancy new investigators. We can't get their stories.
Okay.
Anyway,
Fair.
that's an aside. That was your first action, right?
That was my first action. So
That's pretty good.
I'm still dealing with this dragged under. So I effectively am going to take 2 more damage. So I could use our last Lady Esprit, but you also could use some...
Yeah, that's fine. Like, you're the one who knows that you're going to take 2 more damage, and I might never take damage again. Also, I have this idol that can prevent it, so...
Okay.
I think... Well, although you can put 2 on... You can also put damage on Lita. So you have a decent amount of damage. I don't know. It's up to you. It's up to you. It's your turn. It is your call whether you want to finish off the lady. I don't know what the right choice is.
Okay, well, we need to do this. So I have 2 more actions, so you're not going to be over there this turn. I'm not going to be over there this turn. So I'm going to try and set up to do the Foul Swamp next turn.
Okay.
In a way that puts us in a good position. So my second action will be to play the Wolf Mask.
Ooh,
Item Charm Mask.
nice.
Limit 1 per investigator. Uses 2 offerings. Replenish one of these offerings after you engage an enemy.
Does that make you good at this yet? That's +2 agility.
It does. So I can use it. I can spend an offering to get +2 might or +2 agility for this test. Limit 1 per test. So that would get me a 4 agility. So honestly, not really.
I could if you were to come up here now, I could give you an icon. So you'd be at 5. I don't know if you have any more icons you can put in.
After I leave this location, I would have 1 icon.
That's not great.
It's still not great.
No. All right.
I just mostly wanted this for other monsters that I'm assuming are going to pop up.
I think it's a good assumption.
So that was my second action. I don't actually want to leave here yet because I want to use the action of the Cursed Shores to deal with the swamp.
You can just investigate. It's a 1 shroud.
Yeah, I guess I can just straight up investigate, huh?
Yeah, it's functionally 2 shroud with Spectral Mist, but your odds are still pretty good.
On 3?
Oh, I thought you had 4 intellect. Why do I always think Roland is better than he is?
Yeah. So the 1 isn't that great.
Yeah, that's true.
Honestly, can I... Oh, I guess I did attack a thing. I should have played this as my first action. I don't know I won't do it. I will...
Does it have to be your first action?
Yeah, it does.
Oh. Weird.
Fast play...
No, Trusted says a play only during your turn. Yeah.
Okay. So I will give Lita Chandler Trusted. So she has +1 health and +1 sanity. So she will be able to take a little bit more damage for me. Helping out with that dragged under.
Love it.
And that's my third action. I'm all set.
Okay, so I need us to decide whether we're going for the doll or the Binding Stone. Because if we're not going for the doll... I will probably just evade the Bog Gator because it's not a hunter. It can sit here forever. Okay. Like, I will just run away. Because I think I can evade it more. Well, maybe I can attack it just as easily. Maybe I can kill it just as easily. I don't know.
So, what I'm thinking for this next turn is if I take this, so it's +2, I'm at 3, so it's 5. Then I can take... Oh, I guess I would have to take, 3 to make it really reliable, huh?
So maybe what I want... If I'm here, I also have Granny Orn there who can help. And could pitch an icon also. I have an icon. So yeah, why don't I aim to end my turn over there and be helpful at that?
Okay. I have icons in my hand too, so I have cards to pitch. So yeah, if we want to do that,
okay, cool.
Then I don't have to take so much horror.
Yeah, so I'm going to...
I guess I'm just gonna shoot the gator. It's only a 2? Okay, yeah. I'll shoot it with my Derringer. The Derringer only does bonus damage if I succeed by 2 or more, but with its difficulty at 2, my odds of that are pretty good. Because I am at 5. I can use Artistic Inspiration to go up by 1. And you know what? I will just pitch an Act of Desperation. So I am at, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 going into this test. All right.
I'm just using this as an indicator, so I have satisfied the curse.
You could also exhaust it when you satisfy it or something. But I drew a bless. And a 0. Okay, well, I blew the gator away with my Derringer.
Nice.
That bless is out of the bag.
Yep.
And
oh, I didn't use this.
oh, after your dole, yeah, throw 3 more blesses in. It was only to our detriment that they weren't there for my test. So
we got 3 more.
yeah. That's one way that we could get lucky.
That's true, actually. We might
Pass the fell swamp. Okay, I'm going to take a fast move down to the Cursed Shores. So I will just drop a Hand Hook as my discard. Draw to replace it. Second action, I think I will investigate. I'll move here second action, and I'll investigate here. Part of the reason is that I'm actually kind of hoping to fail.
Okay.
As one does. I know I said I'm
one
about
hopes to
passing
do.
now, but maybe I'm gonna fail. 0. I passed by plenty. Okay. Well, so I got a clue. Darn.
So unfortunate.
I know, right?
Huh.
Okay, I think for once nothing horrible happens in the enemy phase, and we go to upkeep.
Great. Look at us go.
Yeah.
This is the part where 5 cultists spawn and 18 doom counters come out, right?
That was thankfully that was only Midnight Masks.
Oh,
I don't think
okay,
I don't think that's happening here.
Okay, good.
I
Cool.
forgot that we had like a 6 Doom turn.
Yeah.
In Midnight Mass, I forgot how terrible that went last time.
Everything was
Oh,
going
man.
A-okay until one turn.
We were
where-
like maybe not on pace to get all 6 cultists, but when are you ever? We were still doing all right, and then suddenly the game was over.
Yeah. Literally,
Hmm.
like, with 1 card flip. That was rough.
Man. Okay. 5 out of 6 Doom on the agenda. And you can draw. So the agenda's activating next turn.
We should probably deal with that. Hey, Spectral Mist, our favorite.
Oh, it attaches to a bayou location, right? Which has to be the Foul Swamp.
It has to be that location.
Because it has to be bayou, as I recall.
It does have to be Bayou.
Yeah. Well, I can go first and try to clear it before you come in and take the tests.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But first, I drew a Swamp Leech. Yeah, it spawns at any bayou location. Are we going
Throw it over there.
back to... Yeah, okay. There's a leech hanging out in the Forgotten Marsh. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Could have been worse.
Yeah, that's fine.
I am going to... Yeah, so I want to end my turn here. I'm probably just going to clear that, investigate. Like, what's a third thing to do? I don't even know.
You could start clearing out the ritual grounds. So if you clear this, because you have a free move too, right? So
Yeah.
you could move, investigate, move.
Oh, with the free move. That's true.
Because
It's probably worth it, even though I hate like going all the way there just to get 1 clue. And there's a chance if I fail, I get more clues.
okay, hey, see?
Yeah.
Well, the problem is you just don't want to end here. So
Yeah.
if you end
I
here,
just can't afford to take the horror. I have 2 sanity left. Well, actually, the idol. No, I would just discard a card to cancel the horror probably.
oh,
But I don't want to end there because I want to be there to help with your tests. I think.
got you.
Right. So, yeah, I don't think I'll go yet. I think I'll go after I leave.
Okay.
So instead, I will investigate. Since I'm at my limit for cards underneath myself, I'm going to pitch a Resourceful into this investigate.
Wow, you're at your limit?
I can only have 5 cards underneath George, so yeah, I'm maxed out.
I think that's the first time
And
we've gotten there.
Yeah, and I it might be, yeah. And if I hadn't drawn Cast Adrift, I would be trying to keep it low so that when my weakness comes up, it doesn't hit me so hard. But since it's gone, or until I'm about to cycle my deck, but till then,
That's true. Both of my weaknesses. Yeah, that's true. We're pretty safe.
yeah, all my weaknesses are gone. You do, when you run out of cards in your deck, you do take a horror when you shuffle your deck and continue. So that's actually a little scary for me, but I guess I can cancel it with the idol. Anyway,
where was I? I was committing a resourceful to. I'll use the resourceful actually for the spectral mist. So it's a difficulty 3. I'm at 4, 5, 6 intellect with resourceful. I can add 2 if it comes to it, so I'm fine on this.
Seems good.
-2, perfect. So the mist is gone. Next, I'll investigate. I am at 4, 5 to 2. I'll just investigate. Oh wait, sorry, resourceful. Let me resolve that. Since I succeeded, I get to get a survivor card out of my discard pile. Put it in my hand. It's gonna be. I don't know if I am fighting again this game, but I guess it will be brute force, which is that new card that lets me do a 3 damage basic attack.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm investigating. 5 to 2. Drawing a -2. Okay, got the clue. And then, yeah, that just leaves, like, now what? Also, my hand is pretty full. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Is there any world where I just take this test and pass it? Just because I might as well try. I'm at 2, 3, that's 7. I don't want to take the horror though. And I'm like my elder sign, what would that do? It's only a +1. Alright, so no, that's not happening. You know what I can do that would get an icon back in my hand that could maybe help with something? It's weird because I've only drawn one of them. 2 of them must be here, but I'm going to go ahead and play a Glimmer of Hope. It is a 1 resource event that says it can only be played from your discard pile. And what it does is it adds all copies of Glimmer of Hope from your discard pile to your hand. So I'm paying a resource to get it out of the discard pile, and it has a wild icon on it. Like that's why you would do that.
Seems good.
Okay, that's my turn.
Okay. So my first action is going to be to move. That triggers are dragged under.
Yep.
So I take 2 more damage. Which
Ooh,
is...
your curse is probably hitting you this turn, huh?
Yep. And then when I move, I have to discard a skill card.
Yeah.
So I'll discard this Eureka. Oh, before I move, haha, just kidding. First action, I'm going to take a damage. And by me, I mean Leo is going to take a damage.
To get +2 to the skill value for your next skill test.
To get +2. Yep. Then my third action is going to be to attempt to do this skill test. So
find the binding stone. Okay.
Before I take my horror, I am at 3. I am at 3.
Well, I can give you 1, and I'm over hand size, so I might as well. I can give you 1, so you're at 4. And
5, 6. I forgot about
oh
that
yeah,
too.
so you're at 6.
Yeah.
Also, Granny Orn can exhaust to give you +1 if you need it after you draw the token. So that's where you're at.
I will also add in my Eureka.
Okay, so you are at 7.
I will also add in this. I want this card, so I'm really tempted, but I think I need to make sure this succeeds.
Yeah, I agree.
This I cannot discard, so I think that's me.
Boy, you're only up by 1. Okay.
Yeah.
You're up by 1, and if you get a -2, Granny Orn will save you.
3, 4, 5.
All right. Oh man, I mean, if this goes wrong, we just
7.
we can discuss whether we're gonna try it again or just turn and murder the Rougarou.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I guess
You're up by 1,
and then you have 2 minus.
and I have I can only share 1, so I can only give you 1 of them. Yeah.
I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yep.
Come on, blesses.
That's a -4.
That's a -4.
Well. That's a
Oh,
fail.
right. That's because the question is I could have taken more horror. That was the other part. But -4.
Oh yeah, but you don't have a lot of capacity for that.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
-4 feels rough.
Okay. Well, maybe on my turn I try it, and I could take 3 horror and cancel it with the idol. Actually, that's actually something I didn't think about.
That's really quite good.
Yeah. Boy, I wish that had occurred to me before this moment.
Yeah, that would have been.
It's still good that. Well, yeah, it would have been good like if you were here to give me one of those cards. And stuff. I don't know. It's probably worth a try, especially since we're here.
I just spent all of the tokens I could on it.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And when I go, I'll draw the blessings.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
I've been the one drawing. I think I've drawn the only one that's been drawn this game.
And I'm gonna take another horror from my Curse of the Rougarou.
Yeah, that's rough. So you're at 4 or 5. You're gonna have to start defeating cards. Oh no, you have,
have
trusted
one
gives you
more.
an extra capacity.
Yeah.
Okay, I think nothing happens in the enemy phase, and so we will upkeep.
This is my
Draw a card,
hand.
gain
I have
a
one
resource. Oh, that was a decent draw. Just because it has a wild icon. Okay.
card. This would have been so helpful earlier.
Oh, I have to discard the hand size. All right, let me put this Artistic Inspiration underneath. And I have to discard one more. It's going to be a Derringer, and then a draw to my ability. Hell yeah, Glimmer of Hope. That's what I wanted to see. All right, this is going to be fine. We're going to be fine. But first, we advance the agenda.
Oh, crap. Forgot about that.
Yep. What happens?
A clash of thunder roars through the sky, and you reel in pain from the sudden explosion of noise. Your vision doubles and bile leaps up your throat. A lone howl returns the call of the sky, echoing throughout the bayou. You wrench yourself off the muddy ground and find your bearings, unable to shake the feeling that you're running out of time. Shuffle all copies of On the Prowl from the Encounter discard pile into the Encounter deck.
On the Prowl. Oh, that's the thing that makes it move, I think.
Yeah.
I think there's just the one.
I think so. If the Rougarou's in play, find a non-Bayou location with the fewest clues on it. Move the Rougarou one location at a time until it enters that location.
I think now we want to send it close to us, right?
Yeah.
Like to the overgrown cairns. And we could really, if we're trying to get to 9 clues, we could really use the clues it's dropping.
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully it doesn't move again and move away from us. But for
Right.
now, so it's going to go 1, 2, since they're connected 3. So we're going to get clue there, there, and there. Okay. Shuffling that On the Prowl back in.
Okay. And that's it.
Okay. The last agenda in the deck says the curse spreads. Tendrils of slime ooze from the bogs, crawling over tree roots and grasping at you as you pass. The air hangs heavy with a nauseous heat. You feel as though you are sinking deep into the bayou, sinking beneath the heaviness of the black sky and the rank mist. 8 doom threshold, but forced at the end of the investigation phase, if the Rougarou is not engaged with an investigator, add a doom to this agenda.
Oh.
So it's 8, but 2 at a time, unless we're like literally getting attacked by the Rougarou.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so time is short.
Time is very short.
Right. It is. Oh, your encounter draw still.
Oh, yeah. Cursed Swamp. Revelation. Test 3 will have
you can
for
take
each
damage
point you
here.
fail, take damage. If you're at a bio location, you cannot commit cards.
You cannot commit them. I'm gonna give you a wild icon.
You don't need it?
I can get it back. It's a Glimmer of Hope.
Okay. Love that.
Yep. Oh, it's an auto fail. Well,
Appreciate that. Oh, so I have to take 3 damage.
A lot of it can go on Lita.
2 is going to go on Lita.
Woof.
Yeah, because if we have to pivot to kill this thing, I need her.
Yeah. 1 goes on you. My Adel Xanados doesn't let me help other players. Okay.
Yeah, all right,
All right, you're at 7, 8 out of 8 because of your back injury. Yikes.
Yep.
You can always, if the game's gonna go a couple more rounds, you can spend the double action to discard your back injury.
And it might be
could be
worth
worth it.
it.
Or head to Lady Esprit and heal.
Might be worth it.
For now, though, I draw. I just hope it's not On the Prowl. It's a Bog Gator. That's annoying. This has 4 fight and 4 evade because we're at a bayou location.
That's fine. I can take care of that.
Okay, so I think. Damn, I was hoping to go first so that we could see how this Binding Stone test goes for me.
Well, if I kill
but,
this, then
yeah.
I can get this clue too.
That's good, too.
So then
Yeah.
you don't have. You can do everything on your
Yeah,
turn.
okay. I like it.
My only question: I'm debating playing a card. Does this actually help me right now? I don't
Oh,
think-
also it satiates your curse, which is important right now.
Yes, that
Another good reason. Okay.
I don't think it's worth playing.
Fuck it up.
So I am going to use my Remington because it's big. So that's going to give me +3 because there's a clue here.
You mean that's your special?
My roll, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I keep saying it starts with an R, so I'm like, yeah, that one.
Right.
I'm using 38 special. So it's +3, 4, 8. I'll use this just to be safe, to be at 10.
Okay. 10 to 4.
10 to 4.
Good, yeah, because I wouldn't want to have to use Granny Orn on
No.
you. I want it for me.
Yeah, I don't want you to use your stuff. What's up?
Cultists. -3, and if the Rougarou was at your location, you would reveal another token. You don't have to.
Oh, cool. So we kill
Succeed.
this.
Yeah.
There we go.
The gator's gone. You can bless the bag.
I will bless the bag. My ancestral token will put 2 more blesses in the bag.
There's, what, 8 in the bag? Okay.
Yeah, so
Hopefully I just go on a string of blesses when I have to go for this thing.
I will use Roland's ability to gain a curse. I never engaged a thing, so I don't get a wolf mask. Or not a curse, a clue, excuse me. That was my first action.
We have 5 clues between us. Damn, this gets us to 8, but we need a 9th to engage the Rougarou. That's annoying. We'll figure it out.
Should I go here to get a clue?
So how much do I need help from you to pass this test is kind of the question.
I can't
right?
help you.
Oh, you can't? Then,
I will
then
tell
sure.
you, I cannot help you.
Then go over there. Next turn, you can grab a clue and or heal. Both are good options, right?
I can grab a clue. I can do one of them this turn, because I only did one action.
I would vote heal, actually.
Okay.
Because I think we have a little bit more time before to grab the clues, but if you draw the wrong treachery, you could be done for.
Okay, so I'll go here and we'll sacrifice.
Yeah, so lady, is she an encounter card? She is not, so I guess she just must get set aside when defeated. I'm not actually sure.
That heals 2, right?
Yes.
Jeez, okay. Oh, I just realized I do not have much sanity.
Nope. That's why it's good that you satisfied your curse.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can put one more on Lita, and then your token could go, but still, it's
Yeah, I might have to go pick a fight with this leech just to
satisfy the curse next turn. Yeah, we'll see.
All right, that's me.
Okay. All right. Well, my turn to be the hero. I'm going to look for the Binding Stone. So, my willpower now is a whopping 3. Bad start. But if I take 3 horror, discarding these 3 cards to do so, to prevent it all with my idol, then I am suddenly at 6.
Okay.
Okay.
But the test is 7.
I know. And you know what? Let me pause for a second,
Okay.
because before I did that, actually, I wanted to pull back. Now I have 2 Glimmers of Hope in my discard pile, so for one action, I get them both back. That was definitely part of the plan. Okay, so first action was Glimmers of Hope. Second action, I'm doing this test, taking the 3 horror, canceling it. I'm at 6.
Did you get to keep one of those cards that you discarded?
I was full underneath,
Oh, okay,
and so
fair
I think not. I think I had maybe I did hit my limit once on Midnight Mask. I remember coming up against once before. I wasn't sure whether when this happens I can choose to put one underneath him and get rid of another one, or whether I'm blocked from doing it. Let me know in the comments. But anyway, I'm not going to dwell too much on it. So that took me to 6. I now have these Glimmers of Hope to be at 8. This Artistic Inspiration from underneath me puts me at 9. Granny Orn from underneath me puts me at 10 to 7. It's 10 to 7, and I have +2 I can give myself if needed. So
Seems pretty
effectively up by
decent.
5. It's pretty decent. It's pretty decent.
Pretty decent.
All right, let's feel around for some blesses.
Yeah, find them all.
Which one feels yellow? Oh, I dropped a token. Oh, I landed face down anyway. I drew a skull. Okay, this is a -6 because I'm out of Bayou. Does that mean I lose? Wait, I was up by 3, right? Oh, man.
Oh,
I can give myself +2. I think I'm 1 short. It was 3 with Granny Orn. The action there took me to 6.
no.
+4, I was at 10. -6 puts me at 4 to 7, and I can only give myself 2. Oh, I used everything.
Everything.
I used
know.
everything I had.
We both used everything that we had.
If I had even just drawn one of the 8 blesses and then the skull, I would have been fine.
Yeah. I mean, that's
This
rough,
campaign
man.
is wrecking us.
We have so many blesses in
and,
there, too.
and I think that this game is like, it's a horror game. I think it's fun when it wrecks you. So like, also I think that we like maybe Midnight Mask, but definitely this one. I think if we had not bumped up the difficulty to hard, we would have been skating by a lot more. Like, I'm enjoying that we're not.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
it is pretty brutal.
Yeah, it's rough. It's
So
rough.
at this point, I just blew through a lot of stuff to try that once. I don't think I have another try in me. Or do we just try to murder the Rougarou?
The only other option that we have is I could try a YOLO at the Garden District with the Wolf Mask.
Yeah.
So I could take +2, +2. I'm at -1. I have 3 icons
Okay.
in my hand.
Okay.
So
I mean, that's something.
I would be at +2 to make that test if we try it, which is definitively worse than the odds that you just had. So it's like we can hold out in our heart of
Man.
hearts that we...
I mean, there's 8 blesses in the bag, so our odds are okay in that situation. Yeah, maybe it's worth a try.
If I don't get that,
Then I think we just have to turn and kill the Rougarou.
I have no other outs. Like,
Yeah.
that's it for me. Then I have to try and kill the Rougarou, and I still might go insane.
Yep. So... And I mean, I can help kill the Rougarou, right? Like, if I had 2 actions, or no, it would be 3 actions to move in there, engage, and... Yeah, so that's... I wonder, maybe that's my last action, is actually move in here. Because, hear me out.
Okay.
I can spend 2 resources to heal 2 horror there. That's great. If we're talking... Sorry, that's my card.
Oh,
That's the last card in my hand.
Oh, gotcha.
I just happened to set it down. I haven't yet spent 2 resources to heal 2 horror there, so that would be a decent thing to do on next round if I'm still alive by then. But also, it's then an option for me to engage and damage the Rougarou, sending it traveling, and we could send it to one of these, and you could finish it off, so that if we end up just having to murder it, like, we're pretty set up to do it next time. We have the clues, right? So I think that's what I do.
Okay.
I just hope I don't draw some effect that makes it attack me. I don't remember for sure if there are any.
You just have to do 2 damage to it, right? So as long as you can do 2 damage.
Yeah. I have a couple ways that should be reasonable. Yeah. Okay. So there, that's the plan. Is maybe one more Hail Mary at the Garden District.
We also don't have the clues either to do that right now. We're still 4 clues short of
that's why I was
doing that.
Torn, because I could have gone. I didn't really want to go to the Ritual Grounds, so I couldn't cancel the horror it would deal. So I probably would have come to the Cursed Shores to help get clues.
I feel like we don't even try and send it.
I think we're probably just...
I think we have to just kill it.
I think probably that's the more realistic thing.
We tried.
Yeah.
We legitimately tried.
Yeah, let the record show. We tried the peaceful approach.
Yeah, I was swayed. He made a convincing argument. Bullets
I'm a lawyer.
were not
I
the
do
answer.
that. That's what I do. Argue. Yeah.
You convinced me bullets were not the answer, but now we have come full circle.
Bullets are the answer. Turns out I was the wrong one.
So, we were both wrong. And we can move on with that.
Well, if we had slightly more lucky draws on either of our attempts at the Binding Stones, then we probably would have pulled off the peaceful approach. But now it seems real unlikely.
I think we were both one off.
Yeah, I was one off. Yep. Damn.
It's rough.
If only I'm not running lucky in this deck. Survivor has a card that is just like, if you would fail a test, get +2. It's an event you play.
Seems good.
Yeah, it would have been good there.
Seems
That's for
really
sure.
good.
That's for sure. Okay, well, anyway, it's the enemy phase now, right?
Yeah.
I think the no enemies act.
Yeah.
So we will upkeep. There's my 3rd glimmer of hope. Add gain a resource.
Oh yeah, resource.
Okay, going into the Mythos phase, since no one's engaged with the Rougarou, we put 2 Doom on the agenda. And you can draw your encounter when you're ready.
Swamp Leech.
Okay, any biolocation.
Any biolocation. I might just have this come to me.
Seems fine. You could kill it if you need to for your curse, or you could just walk and you can take the damage.
I can kill it and it gets a clue token too. So.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, this just seems...
Which only is useful if we can still pull off the taming.
True.
I drew on the prowl, so this is going to make it move now. Shit. Well, find the non-bio location with the fewest clues on it. Are you able to do... do you have a Vicious Blow or something? Are you able to do a 4 damage attack? No, damn it. Woof. Okay, This is terrible. I really was hoping not to draw this. All right, I guess we still want to send it your general direction, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then I can send it back to you.
Well, it'll have a clue here. So when it moves... Oh, no. When you damage it, it goes to the furthest from all investigators, so you can't...
Oh, from all investigators.
Yeah, so it would go over here. Well, it would have to chase it down. We have time, though, as long as we don't die. Anyway, yeah, so right now it's looking for the least clues, and so it's going to have to be... Oh, wait. I remembered something. There's currently not clues here. We can choose this location. And we have to move it till it enters it, so it would go like this. And I'm pretty sure I remember that being like a rules clarification back when this was a new scenario, that yes, you can do that. So
Okay.
that I believe is what I will do.
Okay.
Because this currently has no clues.
Find
I can choose it.
a non-bayou location with the fewest clues on
Yeah.
it. Okay.
And then it does have to move and enter, meaning it leaves and returns. So
Okay.
those clues land there.
I'll buy it.
Yeah, and that surges, so ripples on the
Wait,
surface.
why'd you draw another one?
Because it had surge, that keyword that means draw another one.
Yeah, okay, fair.
Okay, this is a willpower test. For each point I fail by, take a horror. This has the potential to kill me, but I have plenty of, hopefully, things to, not die. In fact, since I could get back all 3 glimmers of hope, let me just play one here. So that puts me at 3, 4, and I have more that I can give myself. -1. Okay, passed.
Sweet. Good.
All right. So, what are your feelings? Do you want to make the Hail Mary attempt here, or do I just damage it, send it to? I guess it would send it to the furthest, so I'd send it over here somewhere. But you could still probably, well, maybe it's a 2-round thing to finish it off.
Oh, because when you attack it, it's gonna go over here.
It's gonna go to the furthest location from all investigators. Here's a question.
Yeah.
You could do 3 damage to it, right?
Yeah.
So if I hit it for 1,
Yeah.
we could kill it.
Yeah.
Because you could move, do the last 3.
This turn?
This round.
I
Because I'm worried about, like, treachery is just taking one of us out.
see.
I
see. Okay, yeah, I mean, yeah, I totally
Right?
could just move.
Because if I just punch it, right, for 1 damage, it's not going to move. And then if you can come in and do the other 3, that's it. Unless, what are your thoughts? Do you want to try and make 1 stab at the strange doll?
It's so tempting. The problem,
Yeah.
like, we need
What would you
4 clue tokens,
in addition to doing that? Yeah.
right? So we would need to get that, and then get 4 clue tokens.
Yeah, it would take a couple turns.
I feel like those 2 things combined
Are unlikely.
are unlikely. When we tried.
Yeah, we tried.
We made good efforts.
We tried. Good faith effort.
Good faith effort. I think we just gotta do. We just gotta take it out.
Yeah. At least the murders should stop.
And I won't be cursed anymore.
Yeah, that's what she says.
Hopefully, if she's right. But she's gone now too, so.
We drove her insane.
She left us too.
Okay, so that's the plan. I'll go first.
Mm-hmm.
Try to do exactly 1 damage to it. You come in and do 3. We win.
We win. Okay,
All right.
seems reasonable.
That's the plan. Okay. So how do I do 1 damage? I could shoot. I get +2 combat if I shoot it with my Derringer, but that risks succeeding by 2 or more and dealing extra damage, which I don't want to do.
But you can always modify it.
Actually, no. Wait, I was gonna say if I did 2 damage to it, it's not the end of the world because it would go here and you can get to it. But you wouldn't have enough actions. Part of it is that you don't have to engage it with this, right? Because it will already be engaged with me. So you can attack it as long as it's engaged with someone. Okay, so I think I just want to do a basic punch and put as many kind of icons into it as I can to make sure that I pass. So, first action, I will play a Glimmer of Hope from my discard pile. This is maybe the most Glimmer of Hope value I've gotten in a while. Getting back now 3 copies because it's a myriad card. You can have 3 copies of it in your deck.
Oh, I wondered. I thought you just misspoke when you said 3. I didn't know that's what.
There are actually 3 in the deck.
That's cool.
Yeah, and that's part of like that. Some cards have this myriad keyword, and you're like, why? It doesn't play into the design in any way. But this one you can see how it's like being able to get 3 back is part of its part of its power. Okay, second action, I will engage the Rougarou. Meaning if I fail this attack also, it retaliates, and I guess it doesn't have to kill me, but it takes out Granny Orn, and I'll be at like 1 health, 1 sanity left, so that's also pretty bad.
That's also bad.
So I just won't miss. With the bear trap on it, it's at 2 fight. So, and I'm at 3, so I'm already winning. But I will go ahead and go to 4, 5, 6. The cultist can be a -3 and reveal again because it is at my location. So I'm just going to go, I'm going to do everything I got. 7, 8. Wow. Don't want to put this in. This would do extra damage. That's that brute force card. It's actually a bad thing here. So I'm at 8 to 2. And I have 2 boosts I give myself. All right. It's not going to get any better than that.
It seems really good. And you're just doing 1 damage?
Just doing 1 damage. It's a basic punch. Yeah. Basic fight action.
Putting a lot into it.
-3. We got it. Well, it's probably my last action of the game, hopefully.
Hopefully.
I succeeded. So, 1 damage to the Rougarou. That is not enough to make it run away. And that's my turn.
Okay. My go?
Your go.
So my first action will be to go to the Foul Swamp. When I leave this, I have to discard Hard Boiled.
Yep.
My second action will be to go to the Overgrown Cairns, and the Leech discards.
Oh, yeah. And deals you damage. I forgot you had a leech on you. It does because of its opportunity attack. You did an action that was not to deal with it. Yeah.
Okay, well, I take a damage.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
And my third action is going to be to kickflip. And I will pay 2 credits for another Remington 1858.
Dual wielding Remingtons. Where is he? The first one of which is still full of ammo.
Yeah, completely full. We're ready to go.
I love it.
Now they're both full of ammo. And because of the Remington free action, I'm going to get an attack, which is really good. So I get a +2 attack. I will use the Wolf Mask for another +2. Lita gets me to 5. And my natural built-in, it gets me to 9.
9 versus 2 seems good. Don't shoot me in the face, please.
9 versus 2 seems all right. Ooh, this is a hefty bag.
Yeah, there's a lot of blesses in there that we have not been drawing.
Yeah. And -1.
Okay. That's 3 damage, right?
It is a monster.
Yep.
And my Remington does an extra damage. So 3 damage. So I come in blasting.
We did it, sort of.
We did it.
We didn't do entirely what we had kind of set out to do, but
we succeeded.
we did it. Yeah, we succeeded. If the Rougarou is defeated, resolution 2.
All right.
The creature gives a pitiful wail as dark, miry blood oozes from its wounds. By the time its body collapses into the mud, it has transformed back into its original form, the form of a young, dark-skinned man, his expression twisted in agony. You bring his body back to Lady Esprit, and she works her strange magic, removing the strain of the curse from the land. Call on me should you ever need my help, the mysterious woman tells you. In our campaign log, we record that the Rougarou is destroyed and the curse is lifted.
All right.
Okay. Remove the curse of the Rougarou weakness from its bearer's deck. Any one investigator may choose to add Lady Esprit to their deck. She's a 4-cost ally that takes up the ally slot and can just kind of heal or generate some resources. I'm not sure I want her.
I already have 2 allies myself.
Yeah, I think I would probably pass. It's again in more recent scenarios they would maybe not take up the ally slot so that this was more useful. Unfortunately, I think that's not a very good reward at this point.
No, I think we're okay without that.
Each investigator earns victory points or earns experience equal to the victory value of cards in the victory display. We had no enemies. We did end up preserving Broadmoor the whole way.
Yeah.
That was it. So we broke even, right? We spent 1 to play this scenario. We got 1 out of it, which is, I think, roughly how the prices are balanced is so that you're likely to break even.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think so, because they don't want you to add a bunch of side scenarios just to try to grind XP.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. There were certainly, as you can see, it was possible to get more, but
yeah, very
I think that 1 was just probably average. And I do think that there's an enemy or 2 in here with a victory point that we didn't draw. Yeah, a Dark Young Host.
Just the one.
and enemy in there.
And
with a victory
enemy.
point. Yeah.
And we saw the locations. So really the maximum, I guess it was 3.
Yeah,
four.
yeah.
The
There were
max was 4.
three victory point locations plus the enemy. Yeah, 4. Because let's double check. The Rougarou itself didn't have victory, did it?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Man. Yeah. So now I want to know. I don't always, at least in campaigns and stuff, I don't look at the resolutions I didn't see, but I want to refresh my memory on how you would have there's a whole reward card that we didn't get access to, and I think it'd be fun to look at it. Resolution 1 is if you resign. So that didn't happen.
Nope.
Where's resolution 3? Here we go. So if we had tamed it, we would record that the Rougarou escaped and you embraced the curse. You would keep the curse and gain monstrous transformation, which is a 0-cost asset that is fast, and it sets your stats to 2 willpower and intellect, 5 agility in combat, and you can exhaust it to fight for +1 damage. So it's a +1 combat, and suddenly you're a decent evader too.
Yeah. At the cost of my mental skills weren't really there to begin with.
Right. And if we had, I think that would have been good. I think it would have been a net positive for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, anytime I get to turn into a werewolf instead of...
Right. And then if we had resigned or been defeated, there would be no changes, meaning since you had the weakness, you would have kept the weakness and not gotten the transformation. So we at least did better than that.
Okay. So, at the end of the day, we're cool.
Vacation went fine. Yeah.
Vacation, great.
Yeah. Well, actually, we came out of this, no trauma.
No.
Broke even on XP.
Yep.
No new cards in our deck.
Nope.
It's like we were never here.
It's like we were never here.
Incredible.
That's awesome. That sounds like a great way.
But we will always have the memories that we are trying to block out.
Yep. And the eternal debate of how different is a bear from a wolf really?
Chime in the comments. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then
cool.
the one other card we didn't use was a fishing net. I glanced at it, so it would just make the Rougarou lose retaliate. I think that the bear trap is better.
Bear trap seemed good. Oh yeah, I forgot it was. Oh, did you remember it was lower?
Yep.
I completely forgot.
Oh yeah. It had 2 to its skills. Yeah.
Okay.
I was definitely doing that in my math. If you were starting at 3, I missed that, but we did okay.
Yeah.
Just okay.
I think that went great.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
We got to explore New Orleans. We got to we met a friend.
I ate some weird berries.
You did eat some weird berries?
Yeah.
We followed some trails that were not berry related. So, I see this is a win.
We lost a lot of blood to leeches, but...
Yeah. And getting pulled into the water. I guess more leeches.
That's probably what was doing the damage.
More leeches, yeah.
Oh, man. All right, this game is kicking my butt, but I think that is how I most enjoy it, so I'm having a good time.
Oh, yeah, for sure. This is very cool. It's been a really long time since I've played this game, so it's been really fun to see how the games evolve and the campaign kind of goes. Like, I know this doesn't have any direct relation to the campaign storyline that we're doing, but in, like, the world of the campaign, it still feels like we are out doing these things in like a really interesting way, which has been very fun. So
yeah, and we didn't dwell on whether in our headcanon we were really going here or we were reminiscing about it, right? Like, I think that sometimes the side stories, you are allowed to slot them into situations in the campaign where it would make no sense to suddenly be in Italy or whatever, right? And so sometimes I just think of it as it's like a flashback or whatever.
right.
But and especially because some of the cards you can get from them are things like talents that it's like it's a flashback, and then when you come back to the main story you like remember some skill that you gained at that time. It's like I like that. I like that explanation for it quite a bit. Here, who knows whether we just decided to tell Lita, all right, the ghouls can wait.
Yeah,
we're gonna follow up on this this Arkham advertiser reporter. But I guess I'm glad we did.
Yep, and she was on board. She did great. She helped us out quite a lot.
She actually did. Yeah. She did good work.
She did do really good work. She saw the Rougarou and she said she was in. So that's the type of friend we need.
She is. I was gonna say a good friend. I think that's still TBD, but she's a friend.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
She's not an enemy.
Remains to be seen.
We'll give her that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, next time we play, we will be playing the epic finale of Return to Night of Zealot.
Yeah.
The the name of the scenario escapes me, or I was going to ominously say it, but I can't remember what it is.
You could wing it.
It's the Feast of Umordov, or is that the name of the Arkham Horror 3rd Edition? That's not me making it up. This is me still trying to remember it. It's The End is Nigh.
The end is nigh.
Yeah, it might be. Again, damn it, that sounds like it's probably the name of a scenario. Is that the name of a scenario already?
Sounds like the name of a scenario.
It does. There's a lot of scenarios. A lot of names are taken.
So,
I don't know. But I do know it's time for this video to end. Thank you for the game, Ben.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
This was a blast.
And it was a lot of fun. Yeah. I can't wait to actually finish the campaign. This will be my first campaign of Arkham that I have ever completed.
Wow.
So, very excited for that.
Exciting stuff. Thank you for watching. One last call to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We really appreciate it. And yeah, we will be back soon to complete our campaign. Until then, be optimal.